So we're in here early doing a regular live. We ain't gonna do the cheat sheet version. We're gonna do it with the regular screen. Got send this message. All right. I was trying to get DoorDash popping because I had to go to the doctor. I went to this urgent care, but it's going bad. No deliveries. I've been out here and it's for the past like whatever for the past 10 minutes. No deliveries. The DoorDash is pretty much a wash at this point. No point even trying to do it. I guess I'll go cruising for a little bit. It ain't really ain't really no work out here. The streets are dry right now. You know, hopefully something shakes and rattles and rolls, but I don't think it's gonna happen though. Um, I'm kind of flustered a little bit, kind of flustered. Okay, because you have a situation that I don't know what's gonna happen. Shot Nav in the building. We're about to take a because doing the shorts reel videos aren't really hitting me the right way. So what's happening is doing those reel videos or doing it through reels, it's causing people to come on for like that short period of time they're coming on, but they're not remaining. They're not sticking on. So with them not sticking on, my long form videos are doing worse and worse and worse to the point that I got like 50 and 80 views on like long form videos. I can't do that. So we're gonna have to build this up from scratch, and numbers not gonna be as high. But I got to do this more than the other route, because the other route, do, doing it the other route is okay. You get more people in. It's a little bit more fun, but in the long run, I don't think it's gonna help me because those people aren't remaining on the channel, and it's bloated number that means a lot for like sponsors and everything. But for me, with my actual like engagement, shout out to Rocco in the building. I'm sorry, I said Nav. I think shout out to Rocco. But yeah, with my engagement overall, it's not a good look because I'm not getting my likes. I'm not getting my. So we're gonna like grind out and do it the long way. So we're not gonna have that instant satisfaction, whatever the word be. What are you doing? Come on, pull out. We're gonna have that instant like growth. It's gonna be a little bit longer, but yeah, we gotta do more of these regular form videos because like a lot of y'all only see my live because I'm on the reels. Y'all can't even see my lives if it's long form, like my videos, because I know I'm gonna have more than 80 people watch my regular videos. So it's causing for a situation that doesn't make sense. You're right. People attention span is short, but it's still levels to it. Now if that's being in the streaming age, I gotta like just do it the right way here. So what we're gonna talk about though today is we just talked about that. What I think I'm gonna have to revamp my channel to. But I think the next thing I'm gonna say is I start this job on Monday. I think DoorDash and these apps are dead, just dead. I mean, I'm driving around right now, haven't got a delivery in like 10 minutes from Grubhub or DoorDash. Straight trash can behavior. I don't know how people are still out here doing these apps because like, how do you pay your bills for these apps? Because it's so freaking slow. Now I'm going through like flowers and all that. Going through like I think like Flower Place. Yeah, this is the street with all the flowers. And then we're about to pass. We passed Skid Row already. Shout out to Christina in the building, and shout out to Nance746 in the building. And then I want y'all to remember this too. This is what I was thinking about. Okay, I've been doing all these political topics. I've been doing all these sharing the real of life in America. Giving y'all game. What I've realized that a lot of people that call me, white or call me like Uncle Tom, and all these names, a lot of them don't want the truth. They can't handle the truth. Because if you think about it, the biggest gripe people got for me is why are you disrespecting people who are like struggling just like you are? People who just don't get it. Why are you disrespecting them by talking about what they need to fix, what they need to do? Let them live. And it makes me think to myself, like, why am I not shout out to Christina. I'm doing good. I'm just out here. I was trying to get a couple orders in, but I can't. Nothing's coming through. I'm about to go home and make this pizza. How are you feeling, Christina? Delivery of food maybe drying up due to expense. Nah, I think it's just oversaturation. But yeah, like I had to think to myself, like, why am I allowing these people to not allow me to give these people game and the truth or how they're supposed to live? Like all I'm doing is giving these people the truth. All I'm doing is telling these people how life works. A lot of these people don't know any better. A lot of these people don't know you're not supposed to rob, steal, kill. You know, a lot of these people need to find out. These people need to find out, and why make them? Why put them in a position to have to find out the hard way after they go to jail and after their life is over? Why can't I just tell these people what they need to know, so that way they'll have a shot at life? I don't get it. And like the stuff that I'm telling people is stuff that like normal folks would know. Like I wish I had somebody tell me to not make babies until I'm married, to wait till I'm like financially comfortable. I wish I had somebody told me that monetary things don't matter, like clothes and shoes, having the nicest of everything don't matter. Because the way I was raised, I mean, you're lame if you ain't got the nicest clothes, nicest car. Like it's like so much going on that like people just don't know any better. Like why aren't we allowed to share the truth to people? Like just because you're poor doesn't mean you can't be honest with people. But yeah, you're right, Christina. They don't want to hear the truth because I don't understand why you wouldn't want somebody willing to, you know, share a game to these people. This Pixel is the worst phone in the world. Why is it going? Why is it timing out when I'm literally on an app? I'm on an app. Should be biggest matter. You know, among 14% of the people compared to the rest of the crime happening throughout the rest of the country. The other, 80, 84, like we account for, the 14% accounts for as much as the other 80%, 86% of the country. We account for the same amount of crime. And you're not allowed to talk about it. I don't get it, you know? And then Kelly, if you want to come on, you can, by the way. Um, just let me know. Because yeah, this is like an impromptu live. I was supposed to be in that doctor a little bit longer, but they checked me out and I gotta take some mouthwash or something, medication for my stomach because my sugar or something is like high. But yeah, I don't get why people are so hard on people. Yep, you're right. You're right, Nance. People don't want to accept responsibility for their own failures. Kind of like what Thanos said. You can't accept responsibility for your own failures. Like if you are in a city or in a neighborhood that's violent, it's freaking, shootings, murders, and fights and all that happening. It does suck sometimes to have somebody telling you that we need to fix it. We need to do something about it. Not us. Not them. We need to fix it. I know it's kind of hard to hear that, but what would you rather have? Somebody telling you what needs to be done, or somebody babying it and babying you and telling you it's okay. You don't have to worry. Like I just want people to understand, like it ain't normal to be shooting and killing people. Like why is it so hard to understand that I should be allowed to tell the people like don't rob, kill, and steal. Love your people, love your brothers. I don't get it. But I'm gonna relax on that. Try not to like. I'm actually gonna go to Whole Foods, guys, because today's my last day. I can eat sugar. I think. Then I gotta like eat this take this antiseptic stuff. So I think I'm gonna like go get a couple cookies and enjoy it. Cookies. But yeah, like I don't get why people don't want the truth. So this channel is gonna be all about the truth. So I'm gonna build this channel up by just doing these lives and keep the lives that are gonna be about fun. I'm gonna keep the fun lives with all the people. I'm gonna keep those about topics that um, will be more fun, but the topics pertaining to, violence, I think I'm going to use this format and just and there's gonna be a lot of people on here right away, but when I get there, yeah, it's a chance I might be a diabetic. Yeah, you guys already know. You got the blacks like Sam that just hate, just a hater. Like I don't get why the blacks are still not understanding that nobody wants to deal with them because we're the only people. We're the only people that got haters. Like who deals with haters other than us? Like we're too old to be having haters. Absolute nasty work. Absolutely nasty work that we gotta deal with haters. Yeah, I know you can't reverse diabetes. I guess from what I couldn't really see the message, guys. I can't really look at the messages right at this point 'cause I'm about to ride. But I'm hoping I can do something. I ain't trying to die at a young age. And I got, I mean, the ladies, from what she said it doesn't look, my sugar doesn't look that high to where I would have diabetes, but she said it's still high. But she said it could be because of, she said it could be because I just had sugar, in the sugar, the cereal that I ate. I had Cinnamon Toast Crunch. An entire group of whites hate on Pedro. Yeah, yeah, but like, well, okay, what I mean by haters, about people that actually affect your life. Some of y'all haters affect my life in a way. I did a whole video on Pedro with that that guy that decided to like pull up on him. That was some nasty work. That dude literally pulled up on him and tried to body check him. Like I'm like, that's just some nasty, devious behavior. Like that's unbecoming of a man. That dude literally on one hand wants to say that he's a dad and this and that, and then on the other hand he's like G checking Pedro. Like I know that it couldn't be me because I'm sorry, that dude too big. I ain't about to fight that dude. That dude's freaking huge. Yeah, I eat a lot of sweets. But yeah, that dude literally tried to G check Pedro because he's salty. I feel that like he instead of him going to work hard, making his channel happen on his own, he took the cheap route, which is, try to tackle Pedro. Uh Shout out to What Is Life in the building. Kelly in the building. Yeah, Kelly. Sam Mitchell is a bitter hater. Bitter black man. You know how the blacks be. Not all, not all. Like just Lee Peterson says, not all, but a lot of them are freaking haters for no reason. You know. Um. Pedro don't really count because Pedro is Hispanic, so that's like different. But I'm talking about blacks. We got all the haters. We got everybody that just when you speak the truth, pretty much. I see people saying you're diabetic. Symptoms. But at the same time, she said I got some fungi on my tongue that like it looks like because my tongue is kind of like white. It could be because of a bunch of different things. So I got to take this mouthwash swish. That's gonna like I swish it around my mouth, and then I gotta like swish it around my mouth, and they're gonna and I gotta swallow it. So that's gonna feel good. And she said I gotta brush my teeth like with a new toothbrush after 3 days. I'm gonna probably use a new toothbrush every single day. I got a bunch of them. So I'm gonna just use a new toothbrush every single day. I got brand new ones. I want to get rid of this situation. And it ain't, guys, no STD. Shout out to Furby in the building. It's not no STD, but I think I rotted my body out with that McDonald's. I think I did like I did enough to garner me to clean out my system with that McDonald's that I was eating, but I don't think I did enough damage that I'm gonna die from it. So I'm gonna just take that mouthwash stuff and swish it down and drink it, and then I should be good to go. I'm gonna keep it light. I'm gonna keep it light on food. Today I'm having pizza from Whole Foods. So I'm doing Whole Food pizza. Yeah, the whole point of the matter is that Pedro work though the other day was nasty. I'm like, this dude really thought that he was gonna look good. Pulling up on the nicest guy in the Kick Tube space in Pedro. Actually, I might be the nicest guy, but Pedro's a second, a close second to freaking to try to G check him. I mean, it was so nasty. I'm like, you really? And then Pedro was about that. Like Pedro pushed him out of his face. Like, dude, what up? Like, move. Um, Christina, you love the Kelly. You gotta wait till I get off my bike. I can't do it on my bike. I got you. I'm about to head back to the house. I gotta stop at Whole Foods. Actually, I don't gotta stop at Whole. What? I'm not going. No, I'm not gonna be stupid. She already told me my sugar is high. She gave me some good medication. So why the heck am I going to put some sugar in my system? I gotta like learn a lesson and stop being a degenerate. Yeah, I'm about to go back to my place because yeah, I can't be slipping. And then grow up black people, I know I stay away from them. Not what the problem is. This is the problem. The blacks don't like to take accountability. Okay, so it's like we literally will have like 10 people get shot in like a weekend. We'll have 10 people get shot in a weekend, and we'll find some way to blame the white man for it. Like somehow the government put guns in the corner that shot up all these people. Instead of us saying, you know what, that thug that you could have snitched on, he did it. Nope, we're not gonna say the thug did it. Who we could have snitched on. We're gonna say that the government did it or the white man did it. That's the reason why nobody wants to be around us. I tell people that. Like, we're never gonna get to the point that to understand nobody wants to be around us because we will refuse to take accountability. That's all it is. Yeah, I start the job on Monday. The Kelly, I'm not gonna agree to that. I get you, but yeah, I'm not gonna say black men are the only ones who harass women. We're actually the last ones to harass women. We don't do that, but when it comes to the first ones to whoop a woman's ass, that's us. Like we literally made it okay. We made it not bad to whoop a chick's ass. Burby, you gotta agree to that. Like you see online that whole movement of man, she hit me, I'm gonna hit her back. Like, don't hit me or I'm knocking out. Like, that whole movement, we created that. And I'm trying to get that to stop. That's just absolutely devious. That's some of the nastiest work right there. Making a case for whooping a woman, somebody that's smaller than you, you know? But when it comes to like harassment and all of that, nah, that's that all men do that. It don't matter what race. And actually they say that no, I'm not even gonna go there who do it the most. But I'm just saying, we gotta like all I'm saying is this. I just never heard anybody say I don't want to be around certain people unless it was like blacks. And I want that narrative to change. That's all. I just want it to change. I don't want my son like being limited to life at in certain places because people think that he lacks accountability. He doesn't understand what's going on. He's delusional. On GPS, equal rights equal rights and equal lefts is pushed by the white people. I don't know. I will say though, I'm gonna talk about this story. I'm gonna do a video on it. I'm gonna talk about this chick who got off. She stabbed her dude 110 times. Stabbed him 110 times. She blamed it on her being high on the weed, and she got off with no jail time. And I mean, I'm not gonna call that white privilege. I call that woman privilege. I'll call that women rights. Women can do anything they want to a man in 2024 and get off the hook. But if that was a man that said he was high and stabbed the woman 110 times, oh hell no. That man's going under the jail. He's a done deal. I don't think that's right. That woman should be in jail. She should be under the jail, but she got off. I mean, this is one thing you got to remember. The people that going in on the Kelly right now, guys, understand. We need to clean our neighborhood up. The problem is we we lack we refuse to do that. We refuse to even acknowledge the fact that we need it fixed, and then we try to use the Kelly as a cop out by saying, "Oh no, y'all judging us, y'all making us out to be bad people." No, it ain't. They're making you to be a bad person. It's just we just do some devious, crazy stuff. I mean, what can I say? But it's just certain things that matter. I'd rather not be murdered. I'd rather be like robbed, like financially, like through a bank or whatever, than like be robbed at gunpoint and take a chance of dying when I can like live to fight another day and make all that money I just got robbed for back. I'm pointing out the problems and just complaining about them though. That's the point. What's the point of that? Furby, the point of that is it makes people feel like they're okay in talking out loud. I'm being a champion of talking about the crime, the violence, the nastiness out loud. Because if I don't do this, oh crap, it off the rain. If I don't do this, nobody will do it. And if nobody does it or will do it, then we're screwed as a society because it's only getting worse. Because nobody wants to snitch. I'm all for snitch culture. I'm telling on you, don't do crime with me. I'm sorry, I'm telling. You know, I love my black men, so you know, you're all invited to the hot tub to freaking come and like vent if you need to vent. I don't want you to hurt nobody, bro. I don't want you to hurt nobody. If you're having a bad day, just hit me up. You can come. We can go chill in the hot tub, relax. You can talk about your problems to me. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna call you a criminal. I'm gonna call you just an angry person at that moment. That's all I'm saying. How hard is that to understand? I just want for peace. I just want peace. Ultimately, I just want peace. Okay. I just want peace. What is this asshole behind me doing? Jesus Christ, asshole, get away from me. Freaking gonna make a hard left. Like, what are you trying to do? Freaking asshole. Person behind me is like freaking jerk. Fat lesbian. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm too much watch. I watched Jesse Lee Peterson a little bit too much. There's difference between offering constructive criticism and solutions. I try to. That's the reason why I talk about it every day. To get into people's head. You don't have to be bad. You don't have to be a bad person. Okay? Like a lot of people don't know that you shouldn't kill and steal. You should go work hard, live the American dream, work hard, do what you need to do to survive. You can do it with your own two hands. You don't need to like chop off the hands of the next man to get ahead. A lot of people don't know that. So I'm just sharing that message. I'm just a supplier of that message that need to be said. Oh crap! I hear a church right there. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. From what I've been told that if you're poor, you don't know that you're supposed to kill, not kill. So I'm trying to teach that so that way people can go about life without their life being ended. DJ, when are you going to see that? I'm going to see the messages once I get off this bike. So I'll be off this bike in about a half an hour. I should have just kept it like me just riding around so y'all could be cruising with me. That's what I was trying to do. But I kind of went into it. My apologies. I got this new little setup, so I don't want y'all to like just cruise around with me. But I apologize. We're gonna get back to it in a second. I'll take off this bike. Right now I'm on this bike. I can't really look at the chat. I will in a second though. Yeah, these streets they open up, close, open up and close. Now I'm about to pull. Actually, I can just walk to the CVS. I'm not even gonna leave my bike out. I'm gonna just head to the house and then park, and then I'm gonna like. Of course, my one camera just cut off on me. I gotta turn the camera off anyway. All right, guys, I gotta turn the camera off because I can't take a chance of Now we got crazy people. I don't want none of y'all to know where I live at, so I gotta make sure I cut the camera off while I pull up into my place real quick. But yeah, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Almost there. I'm gonna pull off this, and we're gonna put the link in, and people can jump on if y'all want to jump on. No cap, I ain't gonna front. My camera game is on point lately. Now I just gotta get the views up on my regular lives, and we're good. I'm getting those massive numbers, but 20,000 views ain't paying what it should pay. And then on top of that, I'm bringing all these new people in, but they're not remaining because I'm not giving them enough long form videos. So that's the reason why I figured it's better for me to do long form than short form. Than vertical form. That way, when I get to really get to like 150 to 200 people watching, now I'm making money, real good money, and I just like the format better. This gives me more room to work. The whole vertical is like hard to like work with. That look like Maximus in the building. Might do the Top Gun Maverick. Ugh, 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 ugh. You see the eyes? See the eyes on? Let me see if I get the eyes working. Ugh, 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 ugh. That's Top Gun Maverick. All right, we're here. I said we're here. The back of the Carter. The back of the Carter. 3. Let go. Mm, yeah. Actually, back of the Carter 2. They call me Mr. Carter. I kissed the daughter of the dead forehead. All right, about to get this cooking here. Let me set this all up. Let me take my helmet off. Turn the helmet camera off. Yeah, that camera. Shout out to Big Swole in the building. Yeah, that camera is a whole lot of freaking like testing. Yeah, she be able to hear me now. We in here now. All right, we're in here. Yeah, we're in the car, two people. The only thing that sucks is we don't get one thing I was doing too much of back in the heyday, back in the heyday of this channel, is caring about what people think about me. Because you know what? True story. Who cares what half of y'all think? Half of y'all just be on one. Because um, a lot of y'all ain't dealing with your family living in a community with murder. Ain't happening. But y'all quick to tell somebody not to talk about it. Y'all quick to tell somebody not to talk about it. You're quick not to tell people and give them some inspiration to be better. Y'all quick to do that because y'all don't care, because y'all take it as me just bashing on people and I'm just doing it for some views, or whatever. And but in reality, I'm giving people a canvas to cook and talk about their grievances. You know, it's sad. I know half the people that be coming on my channel don't believe the stuff that they be saying. They just say it just to freaking like be cool. They know what happening in our community at high rates. Like we're the only community that you gotta like watch out what colors you wear. You gotta like watch out what times you out at night. Who else have to do that? I don't get it. And you see how like you see that topic? I mean, you see that point that he made? Most of us are from the ghetto. Yeah, but you don't want it to change. You don't want it to not be ghetto no point. You don't want it to be ghetto no more. It makes no sense. You don't want your city to be you don't want it to be ghetto no more. And then on top of that, y'all be the first ones that be talking about racism, crying, begging for people to accept y'all. But then y'all got an issue with Kelly, for example, dealing with a white guy. Like if she wants to date a white guy, so be it. Her choice. She shouldn't be forced into freaking being with a black guy. If she don't want to be with a black guy, I don't get the logic sometimes. I don't. But hold on, guys. Let me get. I got to put myself involved or get involved in. Hopefully, y'all can come in peace, be kind, not negative. I'm not trying to have a negative experience with you guys today. I'm trying to be chill. You know, I'm trying to be chill. I just want to have fun. Is that too much to ask for today? To just have fun, not have to like argue. The one thing I'm happy about is that medication I'm about to get is gonna clean my system out of all that McDonald's and stuff that I've been eating. McDonald's is sick. I should never put myself in that situation. And I put the pizza in the freezer and it's supposed to be left out. Now I gotta let it thaw out for freaking a few hours before I heat it up. What else I got in here? I got cheese potatoes. I got sweet potatoes. I got. Let me get my computer set up here. Let's start the chaos. Let the chaos begin. Beautiful, bright, sunny day, but it's about to rain. About to be a lot of rain out here. I got some almost there. Setting up this computer real quick. The one thing I don't understand with StreamYard is why they gotta have these stupid borders around. I gotta reach out to them because now I got this little sponsorship deal that I'm about to start promoting StreamYard. They got like this setup where you're gonna have freaking. All right, we're almost there. All right, we're in here. We're in here. Got in the comments here. Also, let your food get cold. Be careful because you can get. Also, you let your food get cold. Be careful because you can get food poisoning. You're right, Christina. I got to be chill on that. I got to be careful with that. Oh, shoot. Look at Christina over here. Look at Christina in the picture. I'm shocked. Oh, maybe it just pops up more. Yeah, I'm shocked she got the profile picture up. Okay, Christina. You went from eating McDonald's to frozen pizzas, and you think medicine is going to detox you and make you healthier. I think so. You guys are lying. You guys are all lying. Everything I said was true. You know, black men holler at chicks in the streets. Yeah, we do that more than anybody. Congratulations, Christine. I'm happy that you're married. Hopefully you're flourishing over there. I had a crush on Christina in high school, but got friend zoned. Hold on. Big Swole, you went to high school with Christina? That's crazy. I didn't even know. DJ let the pizza thaw outside. Nah, it smell like dog. I can't do that. The AC being cold is not good either because you'll get sick. Yup. I tried to tell Cali girl that. Shout out to Fantastic Max in the building. We got What Is Life in the building. Oh, okay. Big Swole was trolling. I got you. All right, I'm gonna put the link up. Okay? I'm gonna put the link up. Anybody want to jump on, they can. I saw this story. Let me pull it up. I thought it was nasty work. Won't cap. There's a video of a dude, a black guy that beat his pregnant chick because she got on stage and she was pregnant. She was twerking. He just jumped on stage and he gave her a case of the beats. I saw that. Shout out to Nab in the building. But I'm not going to get into that one. But we're going to get into this right here. This is some nasty work that I saw. Make sure to go follow the Instagram or the Twitter page so I can get my subscribers up. But this is nasty work right here. Go and check.
After that woman right there, convicted of stabbing her boyfriend to death, only gets a slap on the wrist. She faced the possibility of life in prison for stabbing him 108 times. But the judge ruling that she had no self-control while in a cannabis-induced psychosis.
This is a head-scratcher, Ainsley. The judge is sentencing 32-year-old Bryn Speecher to 100 hours of community service, 2 years probation, and the big one, no jail time. She broke down in tears after a jury convicted her of involuntary manslaughter last month. California judge claims she had no control over her actions after stabbing the victim, Chad O'Meala, 108 times. Psychiatrists in the case claim the incident was, quote, 100% caused by cannabis-induced psychosis after the 32-year-old took 2 hits from the victim's bong. She expressed remorse during closing statements, saying, quote, I wish I had known more about the dangers of marijuana. Had I known, I would never have smoked it that night or at all. O'Malley's family shocked and angry over the sentencing yesterday. The victim's father accusing the judge of being biased, saying, quote, he just gave everyone in the state of California who smokes marijuana a license
Judges
to kill
need to be
someone.
locked up for this.
The woman and the victim were dating for only a few weeks before his death in 2018. Police arrived on scene to find Speecher in a pool of blood near the victim's body. She also attempted to stab herself in the neck before being taken away by police. Speecher's attorney says this case should serve as a warning against the use of potent marijuana.
Weed does not cause that. Freaking ignorance right there. You know, ignorance. I think the guy was Hispanic by the sign of the name. I don't know if the guy was white or he was either white or Hispanic. But it doesn't matter what color he is. She should be getting more time than that. She should not be getting off the hook on that murder charge. You know, and that's just California for you. You know, and it's women. Women get rewarded. You know, like no other. It's crazy. Yeah, it might have been comedically. Yeah, it might have been laced. That's the reason why he might have gave her laced weed to try to get her like in the mood. So that makes sense. That makes sense. But no, it was a white guy, and he did. Justin Peterson, boy. You know, I think it was a black guy. You get that. Because there's a white guy, you know, society hates white people now. Because there's a white guy, she got off. She got off light work. Yeah, that was definitely was a black guy. She went to jail for years. So, you know, I think all people should go to jail. If you stab up your boyfriend. But you know how it is. You know how it is for you know, white men in this country. You got no chance. Chick straight up stabbed him up and got off the hook with a freaking morning. Nasty. She's probably gonna get she's probably an advocate for weed now. She's probably an advocate for not smoking weed. They're probably gonna make all the people that do weed bad people, not her. That's how it's gonna work. So look, I put the link up there. I'm gonna jump on. I gotta get off here at 4:30, and then I got stuff going on at 5 also. 4:30, I got to talk with somebody about them coming on my panel in the future coming up. And at 5, Brandon's going to help me set up the chat box. Now, this chat box ain't about the moderators. Chat box is because I'm doing Twitch, and I'm going to start going hard on Twitch. And with Twitch, I guess you got like more losers who comment and try to get you deactivated. So I might not use chat box for YouTube, only for Twitch. Shout out to Maverick in the building. What did Kelly say now? No, I ain't gonna front. Christina, I go too hard too on the race. You know, because it's just right here in front of us. I'm sorry, it's right in front of us. I do what I gotta do. That's the only reason why I do it, you know. Shout out to What Is Life in the building. What's going on, man?
What's up, brother?
Nothing much. Out here about to, you know, line up a few things. Now, what you think? Go ahead and give me your opinion on that lady getting off the hook for being high, stabbing up her dude.
I didn't hear the full story because I was loading my my StreamYard up. Can you repeat it?
So it's pretty much stabbed up her dude and said that it was because she was high. And I guess the weed was laced with something. So the dude pretty much gave her some bad weed and made her trip out.
It's kind of hard to hear you because I don't think you're connected to your AirPods.
Okay, 1 second. Let me 2 seconds. Come back over 2 seconds. I might be hooked into my computer.
All right. By the way, chat, can y'all or Dennis, can you hear yourself
Yeah,
echoing from my end or not?
Nope, no echoing.
All right, cool.
Be on. I don't know why they're not. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I got some more questions from yesterday. I got an hour here.
Before we start that, bro, and I have like 45 minutes myself.
Okay.
Can I just say that, hey, bro, number one, you definitely should not be trusting Kelly, bro. That chick is emotionally unstable. You know, she's entitled to her own opinions and whatnot, but she doesn't know how to control her emotions. And like, you know, obviously before with the taking her wrench away situation, I know you kind of like you didn't really catch what was happening. You kind of just listened to the chat, and I was one of the people saying to take her shit away. But you know, people would be giving their opinions, and she would just be deleting their comments, especially when they were about her. But like, you know, it wasn't nothing crazy. It was just like opinions about her. You can't be kicking people or like blocking their comments just because they're talking about you. So that's number one. And number two, bro, like you steady defending her when you're not even reading the comment section. She's saying all these ignorant generalizations about black men when black men don't even want to give her the time of day unless it's over the internet. You know what I'm saying? And it's clear that you know, she's not getting as much attention as she would like. And that's why she's so bitter over here typing on a keyboard about black men. And most of the stuff she's saying are just generalizations about a small group of people. Not even, I won't say a small group of people, but about, you know, a portion of our population. Not all men like are harassing women. Those are like the men who don't know how to treat women. And like I said in the chat, black men tend to be more charismatic than white guys. White guys tend to be more timid. And like, honestly, bro, like I usually don't sit here and spew out generalizations in real life, but since on this channel, everybody wants to, you know, make all these generalizations, I'm about to start just letting them out and be more, you know, more loose with it. Like, but like I was saying, bro, I would not trust her. I definitely wouldn't be giving her no wrench back. And, yeah, bro, I'm just tired of hearing her bullshit because she's always saying something negative about black men, making us look bad. And that's the biggest thing is it's not about like me trying to defend the percentage of black men who are, you know, committing these harassments or whatever the hell it is. but it's me trying to not let people like her make us all look bad, which is kind of like, to transition into what you want to talk about. And you could definitely respond to the Kelly thing, obviously, but that's kind of what you do. You like generalize black people as a group, and I know me and a bunch of other people hate that shit. Like it's just like you're putting us all into a box. Let us be our own people. Let us be individuals. And the funny part about it all is black women like her are the issue. They're the ones always talking down on black men, and and they don't offer anything good to the society. So that's really all I got to say on her. But curious your thoughts.
Okay, so I'll keep it a buck. Kelly, that day she lost the wrench. I gave her the wrench because I felt like she has value that I want for my channel. She does the news. She's consistent on it. I want that for my channel. Now, if she doesn't, the reason why, by the way, I made you small is because you have to put a profile picture or something up, so it doesn't make it look like I'm just, like an amateur hour.
Oh, I forgot
YouTube
about that.
channel.
Yeah, I
it's all
got you.
good. I just wanted that's why I did that. But with Kelly, I want her to deliver the news. So that's the reason why I gave her a moderator wrench. Now, if she keeps playing this game of, we text back and forth randomly about like her coming on and stuff. If she doesn't be consistent in the future, I'm not saying now because I'm the one that be, procrastinating, but if she doesn't like get together and decide if she wants to be a part or not of that, then you lose the wrench, and then she got to go to the bottom and earn it the hard way, which is with time and good effort. But she only has it right now because I want her to give me the news, and I feel like that's valuable because right now it's hard for me to maintain posting consistently trending topics, which gets your YouTube pushed out there, because one viral video brings in a lot of people, and now you got that push. That's the reason why I want her on, because this format right here is the way to do it, to actually get big. The other way I do it, where I get 30,000 views on a live, brings in new people, but those people don't maintain their stay here because I don't do these videos that are showing that shows that shows up on the algorithm, shows up on the timeline, because shorts don't just show up on the timeline as much. So that's the reason why I want her for the consistency. Now back to the generalizations, okay? This is the problem, okay? And this is more of a question answer to you, okay? And I want you to just be a regular person out here in these streets, okay? Don't try to be the activist or the pro-black guy, or my feelings hurt easy, or thin skin. Be like solid, like we used to be. Because in the 80s, 90s, when people were, fucking up in our community, they were called out. When you had buffoonery happen in our community, you called it out. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King was one of like no offense to you, what you and the other blacks are. You guys are, we should overcome. I don't want to hear nothing about the negatives that you walk into any of our communities, you're going to see right away. You're going to see poverty all over the place. And then we got us blaming murders for poverty. Shout out to TC. You got us, crying about poverty being the reason why our communities are being destroyed with murder. You have 1 second, I apologize. You have our communities that are dealing with chaos, with people looting, robbing, and stealing, causing stores to leave, causing our grandmothers have to go to the other side of town or go to the suburbs to buy the product. Our community is dealing with the fact you can't walk away from a argument without either worrying about getting brakes beat off you or get shot. And if you walk away, you're gonna be called a pussy, and the community is gonna clown you. You can't go out in public anymore. That's our community, okay? And then once again, lastly, we're the community that you don't have a black news station, but the whites, they got all the stations. They own all the stations, because guess what? With our station, it ain't popular enough for advertisers to advertise on, because we the only news we have is murder and violence, and that's the only thing you're gonna watch. But the people at the top, instead of them showing that so we can start seeing that we're committing murder every single day like no other, guess what? We don't have no avenue to be seen and heard, unless it's that people don't want to watch the news. We don't have our own news station. So with all that said, I'm delivering the news. I'm delivering things that's happening in our community that needs to be, need to be said, need to be heard.
By
And
the way,
the
bro, your
problem
girl's
is,
talking to you in the comments. Sorry to interrupt you.
okay, all right. Affiliated with statements I've heard her make. No, that's okay. So let me make it clear. I'm not okay with any homophobic rhetoric. Now, if somebody's talking about like something generally speaking, I'm all for it. But there's no reason why we should be bashing people that decide that they're living a different person, gender, or something like that. We're not doing that no more. She knows that. She's not gonna be on my channel doing that. Okay, but let's not derail the conversation with that, Cali girl. It's all love. Um, Situation is this: it ain't bashing black men because white people have news stations that they're talking about murders in their community, talking about robberies that's happened, talking about all this. But when it comes to us, we don't have any outlets to talk about our issues. So when it happens in our community, you do notice what it's like. You will have a serial killer in our community that's killing all the kids out on the street, killing people. It's never a trending topic, never a trending story, unless a white person did it. You know why? Because whites, they assume we don't care about the violence in our community. We don't care. We encourage it because we don't do nothing to fight against it. We don't talk about it. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna talk about it until I'm blue in the face because my family living in a hood in a poor suffering community. And um, you know, my son, I don't want him to think that that's what we got to offer. So we don't want to be around us because that's how at one point he was kind of acting and manner starting to get the mannerism, getting the vibe of not wanting to be around because he thinks that that's what people are gonna be acting like. And let me acknowledge this, Cali girl. Look, she's not on my panel, so she didn't do it. It is all love because she didn't do it on my panel. She's not on here talking, so we're good. So you can go ahead and if you want to rebut that.
Can I ask you a question, bro?
Yep, go for
You talk about like how, we as black people don't talk about these issues and like, do something about the crime and whatnot. And I forgot the exact words you used, but basically you always use the example of like white people calling the cops and stuff like that in their neighborhoods, right? You know, how do you expect a black man who's like living in the hood and has the mindset of you wants to stop this crime? Like, let me ask you, if you were in the hood surrounded by all these people, let's basically say you're in the jungle, right? um how are you going to go to the cops and how are you going to stop all this crime when your life is at stake if you do that?
it. You do know you can get a Google Voice number and you can call and report, anonymously. They can't track you. They won't track you. People
Yeah,
won't
but
do it.
that I don't think the average person like knows about that or is actually going to do it.
What do you think I'm doing? What do you think I'm doing? Why do you think I'm promoting snitching? Like I'm black promoting snitching.
I
Thank
don't.
you.
Oh,
I'm
you,
sorry.
you,
I'm
yeah,
promoting it.
you
My
kind of
kids
are,
gonna
but
look at me like they're gonna look up to me like, okay, I can be a snitch too, and anonymously tip off the cops. So
bro,
that I'm promoting what we need to
I
do,
don't. But
but
I
you
don't. The
you
thing
still
about it
doing.
is, but the thing about it is, you're promoting it, right? But what I'm saying is, like, it's not gonna reach black people. Like, we hear it, but
What are you
like,
talking about?
you're still not gonna be. You're not gonna take care. Like, let's say I'm gonna use somebody. Now, I won't use anybody as an example, but let's just say you helped the black guy out. You taught him this information. You're not gonna be at his crib like when the people pull up and find out who it is. Like, yeah, you're talking about the Google Voice number, but I
How are
don't
they
know,
gonna
bro.
find
Like,
out? Stop. How are they gonna find out?
is that really, let me ask you, is it really 100% like you cannot get caught, period?
Yes. You just call the tip line on the Google Voice number, okay, and say, "Hey, he did it. This is why I know he did it because he did this, that, this, and that. The evidence is here." Like we can tell. Like tell them criminals. I'm
I,
sorry. Like where you gotta understand. This is the problem with it's like I'm telling you to be a snitch, and I'm considered bad for the community for snitching. You had a guy the other day that came on literally. Y'all was big up in him. Maybe not you, but people were big up in him. People were literally saying that, or he was saying that he knows killers in the community, and he talked to them and this and that. And some of them are just don't like. He tries to encourage them to do better. I'm like, dude, why are you friends with all the killers? Why don't you just tell on them? You don't got to say to you like they probably told you the evidence. They probably most of these killers are idiots, so they got cell phones that they got like text messages that they sent to people like I just did this, I did that, thinking if you delete the message, it deletes. No, it's still on the server of the telecommunication company. You know, unless you have an iPhone and iMessage, they can get into that. They can track that down, even if you delete the messages. So you gotta understand, like, you're cool with all these killers. You just happen to be cool with all these killers. And you're telling me that you won't snitch on them because you want them to get reformed? No. If they're killing people, they deserve to go to jail. But that's our culture. Our culture is protecting criminal behavior. Because why wouldn't he tell? You that's a question I got for you. Why would y'all, maybe not you, but the people that were calling me bad and not him for being cool with all the killers, why would he be getting bigged up as the real nigga, but me, I'm considered whiteface because I'm talking about, I told the dude, tell on the criminals, the murderers, telling them. They ain't gonna know it's you because they probably told other people that they murdered. Most of them rap about murdering on freaking on rap songs. So I don't get why we can't keep it obvious that we protect criminals. You tell me if I'm wrong about that, or where I'm wrong, or how I'm wrong about that dude that came on 3 days ago promoting that.
I know you don't want to hear it, but it's just like I mean, you've said it before. It's about culture, and like that's the thing, bro. All these solutions and stuff are all well and good, but it's just easier said than done. That's really what it comes down to. It's hard to change a whole group of people. You could change one or two at a time, but to have an influence on a massive group of people, like it takes more than just words. Like it takes action, really. You know, it's
Hold on, wait.
I don't.
You can't say culture now. I can't let you get the cop out. You said it's poverty.
What do you
You did
mean?
a whole explanation for poverty, so don't use
Hey,
culture. I just say culture. Yeah. So
bro.
poverty.
Culture is involved in everything, but I didn't just use poverty. I said poverty. I also said like a lack of fathers in the home. And I also said like, well, I guess the lack of fathers in the home tied into drugs and incarceration, which are they're like subcategories of their own, but they're still like they could be their own category. They just stem from the father not being in the home. But all those things like father not being in the home, um, which is like I said, mass incarceration and drugs, and then you know, all that stuff leads to our culture. It makes our culture. Our fathers not being in a home, it affects our culture. So that's why I can say culture now, because you know, all the things that influence us is what makes our culture. So yesterday or the day before I was talking about influences, and now I'm talking about the outcome of the influences, which is our culture.
I'm being honest with you right now. I'm being real with you.
What's up? All right.
How? How do you fix it? Without using buzzwords, fatherhood and all that. How do you
I
fix it?
don't, bro. I'm not
Because I
like
got solutions.
you want my
I got
opinion, or you want my
no, not
opinion, or you looking
opinion.
for
What
facts? You
I
want
want
facts?
factual opinions on
All right. So if
something
I'm
that
being,
can be done.
I mean, I already told you like the other day, like
We're doing
it
with the
starts
other
with
black.
it starts with three things, really. Like, you know, helping people who are addicted to drugs get off those. The second thing is getting the fathers back in the home, which obviously getting people off of drugs. A large, I don't know want to say a percentage, but I'm sure a lot of people who are on drugs
Not.
on the street.
Hold on, let me rephrase that question. Let me rephrase the question.
What's up?
What can literally you, because people say that I'm bad for doing what I'm doing. They don't understand I have solutions, which is why I'm doing this. How
Hmm.
can you, as a black man, you personally, how can you affect change? Like right now, just walk outside or wake up in a year. What can you do you're going to do to affect change other than come on my channel and tell me to stop doing what I'm doing? How are you going to affect if I stop talking about it? How do we affect it?
I guess like let's use my first example, which is get addicts off the street. So I guess I could go to the hood or to wherever there's an area of like high drug usage. I can go to that area. Of course, black people. I could go there and you know, talk to them. Start off with talking to them, and you know, make it like a daily thing where I go talk to them and eventually convince them to you know, take that first step and start going to meetings. You know what I mean? Once they start going to meetings or Even go to some type of facility, some type of medical facility, get themselves checked out, convince them to do like either of those things is it's like a domino effect. It's just you got to stack onto that. That's one thing I could do. Another thing I could do is and this is all hypothetical, obviously. Obviously we're not talking about real things I'm gonna do, but I could go donate to a nonprofit or an organization that works with people who are addicted to drugs, specifically Black men, even Black women, because I'm talking about I want complete households. Not only does the fathers have to get back into it, but I mean I don't want to leave out the mothers. There's Black women that are on drugs and stuff like that because of different issues we don't need to go into right now. But I mean that's two things I could do. You want me to keep going?
No, I want you to answer this question because you say that I generalize a lot. Wouldn't you saying isn't no fathers in the household? It not being no fathers in the household, isn't that a generalization? Because I don't think
that's a fact.
How do you know that?
Just my own experience, like like I use my own life, which obviously isn't a large enough sample size, but I also look at the people around me, the Black guys I know, and then just looking at the world too, like the US, like around the country. We know these black boys, they don't have fathers in the home. And in the home could mean physically in the home, and it could also mean like the father's at the home, he lives there, but he could be drugged out and he's always on drugs when he's at the home and he's just beating the kids. You know what I mean? He's just, or he's drunk, he's a drunk and he's beating the kids. That father's still not in the home in my book because he's not giving the kids direction. He's not doing what he needs to do as a man and as a father to lead the pack. So that's still a father absent from the home. Did that answer your question?
Yes, but at the same time, what makes you better than me in regards to like why can't you say that generalization? But I'm telling you my experience of being on this earth for 30 plus years, that the only time I've seen violence, like I've been all over the place, white communities, Black communities. I'm talking about normal places. I'm not talking about like the boondock, Alabama, where nobody goes. I'm talking about like city centers, okay, all over the country, okay. The only people that I see acting violent are Blacks. Now you see some white folks that might do some Billy trash crap. I've seen a couple, white meth heads fighting with each other. I saw that, but I'm talking about like actual like robbing. You see it on TV, looting. You see all this bad stuff happening. We're doing it, and I say that we're doing it to hopefully get people to wake up and realize we need to start talking to our kids, talking to our people to stop because we're taking away from our community. And y'all said I'm generalizing that white people do it too, but you're saying that Black folks, we don't have dads in the household when whites don't have dads in the household because you have to keep them both a buck. You can't say we don't have dads and the whites don't got dads because now you're doing the same thing I'm doing.
It's proportionately it's proportionately larger. It's like larger gap in terms of Black kids not having a father versus white kids. Like, bro, you could look around and just
in the household it's 50 and 70. But you look around, can I look around and see crime? It's us doing it. You see somebody get their ass whooped, it's us doing it.
There's two reasons why. There's three reasons why your logic is flawed. Number one, I'm gonna start with this one. This was gonna be the last one, but you just showed it, and it's that like you're traumatized from your own experiences. So you get and you experience what you attract. So what you think about, what you ponder on, what you always talk about. That's what you're gonna attract. Period. Number one. Number two is that you're basing your logic off of your own experience, which, like I said about my own experience, is a limited sample size. But then you say you see it on the news outlets and whatnot, bro. You're watching a specific type of news that aligns with your beliefs. So obviously, you're going to see what you want to see. You're going to see on Republican channels. You're going to see nothing but Black people causing chaos. The same thing happens on the liberal stations too. But that's because it's all a part of their agenda.
What is like? You looked up the numbers yesterday. What is like? Looked up the numbers yesterday, and you had 86% of the country compared to 14% of the country. All crime combined, okay, we're literally almost even with 86% of the country with all crime behind. That's a fact, and that's a stat that you pulled up. But you're talking
I'm not arguing that.
No, you're talking about now. Like I'm generalizing when it's facts that I'm giving you, but now because you can say a one stat that is true, 70% of kids grow up without a father in the household, not two parents. I'm talking about like in the household, the main household. Yes, 70% of our kids compared to 50% of Hispanics, I think it is. It's like 55 or
We're not
something of
talking about
Hispanics.
we're not talking about Hispanics. So what's the white percentage for that?
Whites is like 50%, 51% or something. You got to
Let me see.
understand.
I'm gonna look this up myself real quick. Hold
It
on.
don't matter. It's still facts, though. I'm saying it's still you gave that fact, that number out, but I'm not allowed to give you a fact that's right there, like 14% compared to 86%. Like the number is almost right there in the even. I don't get like why I can't use actual stats and facts, but you can.
No, you can, bro. And earlier, I think you're referring to earlier when I said I was generally speaking when I said you generalize like Kelly does, but I didn't call out
You
anything
just
specific.
generalize. You said that. You said men. You just generalized off of what you see. That's what I do. I generalized off of what I see. But it makes you
I'm not
okay
generalizing.
because
What did
you're
I
on the liberal
generalize?
side. You said that men. You said black kids not growing up without dads, like dads in the household. You said you saw that growing up, and you said you saw that. You just see that all the
It's
time.
a fact, bro. It's like a fact that whether
It's
it's 20%,
70%.
whether yeah, that's 20% more. Is that not a huge number? You were just saying the
Okay,
other
so
day that
why can't I
10%.
say 14% of the country accounts for almost the same amount of crime and violence and murder as 86% of the country. That's fact. So
I'm not I'm not disputing
that's
that.
not
I'm
okay.
not
So why are
disputing
we
that.
not talking? Why are we talking about how violent we are, how criminal we are, and how deadly we are? Why aren't we talking about that when I got facts to back it up?
Bro, you
You
have
facts
whatever
don't care about your
you have
feelings.
whatever facts, but I'm going based off the FBI chart even that I showed
Yes,
you.
look up
And
the FBI chart. We
yeah,
literally
bro,
almost are equal. 86% of the country compared to 14% of the country is even with murder, with robberies, with
that's fine,
everything. We're
bro.
almost
That's
even.
fine. That's
Okay,
fine,
so
but
now
like
does it
that's
matter?
fine, but we live different lives than white people, bro. That's the thing. Like
Okay,
it's
so
just different.
now we're gonna go back into the victim culture and talk
It's
about
not, bro. I'm just
like
explaining. I'm explaining to you, like this is history. Like those numbers, all
it's the
those crime
culture
numbers,
then.
bro. It's history. Like history built up to this. It's not like all this stuff happened overnight. Like I'm trying to explain to you how it happened.
Now you're about to use slave. We're gonna go back to slavery and civil rights and all that.
Nah,
What?
we don't even got to go that deep. But like I said, bro, income matters. No, poverty matters. Like not having a father in the household matters. Racism matters. Period. Because you just have less opportunity. It's like when you were talking about nepotism the other day. Like, bro, nepotism is a white thing, bro. Obviously, it could be a black thing, but like white people usually own the business. They usually are the managers at wherever you're trying to apply to. That's a white thing, bro. Like all these things matter. And
Okay.
I'm not saying like you got to be racist to engage in nepotism, but
Let's
um,
see. Let's see. Hold on, let's see your character. Let's see your character. Okay, you find out that your son, your girl, your wife, or your daughter, or your mom, or somebody is a serial killer. Okay, are you going to
mhm.
turn them in? Are you going to turn them in? I am. I'm
Hell yeah.
absolutely turning them in. So, are you
I
turning
mean,
them in?
I don't know about turn them.
I'm going straight to. I'm taking them straight to the police department. They're going to jail. If I find out they murdered a bunch of people, it ain't no like no. If you did it, but for no reason other than you
All
being a
right,
serial
yeah,
killer,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
I'm turning
yeah,
them
yeah.
in.
I'm not gonna lie. It would be tough if it was my mom. It would be very tough,
Anybody, I'm turning them in.
but
I'm sorry.
yeah, I know, I know. I'm just saying it would be tough if it was my mom. But at the end
How
of
is
the
it
day,
tough?
I would do it. I would do it because it's my
How is it
mom.
tough
Like
though? But
because it's
she's a
my
serial
mom.
killer, killing
Yeah,
people.
but she also raised me and like it's my mom. So like, what the fuck? I'm like, you know,
Okay, what about this?
20 something years of love doesn't just go away because you find out somebody's a killer. The fuck?
Okay, what about this? What about this? Your girlfriend, same example I used. They were playing that knockout game. They were going around the different communities with a black mask on. They're just punching people out. You told them, dude, like after they did it for the third time, like if you do it again, I'm telling the cops you're doing it. Period. I'm telling the cops you're doing it. And they did it again. Are you gonna turn them in? Knockout game. The person ain't died, they just got knocked out. Are you turning them in? You gave them two chances and they did it again anyway and said, I'm
And
gonna
did
continue
what
doing it.
did you say these are my friends or like I was a parent?
I'm giving you no, if you were either your wife doing it, your son, your daughter, or your brother or anybody. And you gave them three chances. Let's say three chances. The knockout game is a real thing that's happening right now to where kids they got masks on, they're running around, knocking people out, and then they run. If you found out your son, your wife, your girl, whatever, somebody that's important to your mom or dad, they did it, and they did it 3 times after you told them don't do it no more. Okay, don't do it no more. You're gonna hurt somebody. These people are already hurt, but you're gonna kill somebody. Are you gonna turn them in?
Like I'll give you, if it's my kid,
I'm
I'm
turning
beating
them
his.
all in
If it's my kid, I'm beating his ass. I'm not turning him in. I would have beat his ass after the first time,
3
and the
times.
third time,
You
it
did it
would have
3
never
times.
happened. That's the thing. It would have never happened 3 times for me.
I'm giving
As
you an example. If he did it 3
all
times,
right,
you
if
whooped his ass
bro,
3
like I
times.
said, I'd beat his ass every single time. I'd beat his ass, and the
I'm
third time
turning
it'd
him
be
into
even
jail.
worse.
I'm turning him into
Nah, I
jail.
wouldn't do that. And if it was a wife
He's
or
going to go to
something,
psychiatric
and if
hospital
it
or he's
was
going to jail.
if it was a wife, I'm divorcing her, and she has to agree to take nothing from me. Otherwise, maybe then I'll tell her. We'll engage in some blackmail on that level. And then if it's any other family member, like if it's a male family member, I'm beating his ass too. If it's a female family member, we gonna get one of the other female family members to beat her ass. I don't know, man. I'm not
They
doing
did
that
it
to
2 more
family.
times after. They did 2 more times after, said I'm going to keep doing it.
It's bro. I'm not getting. If it's serial killer shit, I'm reporting them, I guess. But if it's like the knockout game, like whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
I'm doing what I
what
said.
about the kid? Okay, what about, I'm telling you a lot of examples. What about the kid boys? When you find out your son, your dad, or your uncle, they're doing the kid boy stuff, okay? And it's causing you guys in your community, your property values are dropping because now you got this high crime rate that's going up. They've been doing it for 3 years. They keep doing it, and you find out that it was your uncle, your son, or your brother, okay? And you told them don't do it again because I own this house. I'm not trying to deal with this situation. Then you found out that they were part of like people you knew having their car stolen. If they did it 2 more times after you told them, you gave them the warning, they did it 2 more times, are you calling the cops on them? Tipping them off.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like I don't know if it's because I'm so indoctrinated, but my first initial hunch
You're
is to say
indoctrinated.
no. My initial hunch is to
This is
say no.
culture. This
I
is
have to
culture.
sit hard and think about it. Cause like, bro, at the end of the day, if it's not affecting me, I'm gonna mind my business, bro. If it's not affecting the people I love, I'm gonna mind my business.
This is the
And like,
culture right here.
it's
Community.
just that's life,
You
bro.
forget,
Like I don't know,
no,
like
it's community.
it's
You
life,
forget the
bro.
community. You forget this
You
is why they don't want the blacks around.
that's all
You realize,
fine, but that's all fine. But you could really get killed out here, like snitching on people or not
bro,
minding your business.
you
I'm
could go
being
to
serious,
anonymous.
bro.
I'm saying that
I'm
you go
being
to
serious.
anonymous tip line. You go to anonymous tip line. You are choosing to engage in trash behavior because of the culture. You're not a broke person doing behaving this way because you're broke and don't know any better. You got money, so you're literally engaged in the culture. The culture we engage in is trash. I'm telling on those people because if they did it multiple times, they're making my community unsafe and they're causing all the property value to dip, which hurts our education. The kids are going to get. It makes for people of quality to not want to move into our community. It just makes for a whole terrible bad situation. Now, do you understand the difference from me and you? Me, I'm confronting and telling people straight up, I'm calling the cops on you. Period. I'm sorry. You get your chances, and after that, that's it. If I was a crackhead and I decided to start doing that stuff, then guess what's gonna happen? I want somebody to tell on me too. So that's the point. Culture. Nobody wants us to live. Nobody wants us around them, because we engage in criminality. We don't care. We're just literally, even the good ones of us are capping and being scapegoats for the criminals. Like, do you not understand what you're indoctrinated in? And you don't want me talking about this to try to hopefully revive and make you understand nobody wants to live around this because of your mentality you got that I hope you lose. I hope you literally wake up and realize that the Democrats and the liberals brainwashed you into thinking that street cred means something. So don't tell on that man that's tearing your community up. Keep him out here in the streets. Like, it makes no sense.
Bro, like I said, bro, it's different when it affects you and it affects your people. Um,
It
and
ain't.
I guess in some of your hypothetical situations, I
I'm
guess that's
telling.
what you yeah, that's what
I'm
you're
always gonna
saying. But
tell him.
like,
Yep.
I don't know, bro. Mm.
I'm telling. You know why I'm
I'd
telling? Don't
rather
do
just
crime around me.
I'd rather live my life, man.
No, I'm
Mind my
saying
own
don't.
business.
No, but you know what it is though? Like, don't do crime around me. And guess who wants me around? Everybody, all races of people. But guess who they don't want around? You, because you're gonna sit there, and because that's your family, you're gonna say, I'm not telling on my family. No, I'm sorry. Get out of my community. If you want to go to another community, I don't find out you're doing it, so be it. But don't come to my community doing that. And then you're gonna call
I'm
me Uncle Phil.
The police, Uncle Phil's that dude, bro. R.I.P. But
Yeah, but he was the guy that told
nah, he
that
was
tried to
he was a lawyer, bro. Like yeah, I mean, like whatever,
remember the
bro.
pool
But
shark. Remember the pool shark situation. Remember how he
yeah,
checked them, and he
yeah,
was going to use law enforcement at one point, but
yeah.
he
He's
did
a
it in a weird
lawyer.
way.
He's a lawyer.
But the point of the matter is that culture that he raised in, he doesn't play around with crime. Okay, he doesn't. I
I
don't play
get it,
around with
bro.
it. I'm
I
sorry.
get it. All I'm also saying though is there's other ways. There's other ways to deal with it. You don't have to call the cops. Like,
How?
why not?
How?
I mean, that is the fastest solution, but why not try to just get everybody else on the same page and everybody turns on that one person who won't fucking be, who won't change and is causing issues. You don't got to get the cops involved.
Okay, so shout out to Big Swole. Once again, what is life? You do realize that it's hard to get people who are lazy and mentally, and not lazy by choice, but lazy because they're mentally defeated because they think there's no way out because they're being told that they're freaking, black and they can't overcome anything. So they're gonna freaking give up and start, doing crime and robbery and all that, thinking that it's okay. So my question to you is this: if this person continues to do it and they won't stop doing it, how many chances do you give them before you tell them you turn them in because they're making your community an unsafe place? How many times do they get? You tell me. Could I give it 2 times? After that, I'm turning them in. I'm sorry. And if you kill somebody, I'm sorry, you're going to jail unless you were protecting yourself, defending yourself. Um, Now, there's circumstances that might, if the person did it, but they did it solely because they're a serial killer, then they're going to go to psychiatric hospital because I'm going to try to get them in and try to, make it more of a safe transition. But if they keep killing multiple people, you're going down. Like if your brother was the Boston Strangler, would you turn him in as soon as you found out after he murdered all those people and he told you about it? Would you turn him in?
I mean, if it's anonymous, I guess, but like he would know who the fuck told because he just
Don't
told me.
matter, bro. Like I need to change you, bro. I said the Boston Strangler. You should have been like, yeah, I'm turning my brother in, bro. Like, come on, we need to get this freaking together. There, look, guys in the chat. The reason why I'm going high extremes, you got to work your way down. So I'm trying to give them the most high extreme, okay, so that we can work our way down to like
And
normal level.
that
Bro, if
that's somewhat
somebody's a
makes
serial killer, you turn them in. If
yeah.
we're talking about a drug dealer, now we can talk. Like if you got an uncle, you told him don't move into your neighborhood because you don't want to have drug gang violence and all that happening. Now after the third time his house gets shot up, okay, and you're at risk because you're like 2 blocks down, and now your neighbor next to you, their house got shot up in lieu of your brother's house getting shot up. It gets to the point if you tell your brother to move and he doesn't want to move, and now we have another 3 shoot ups, you're gonna get to the point that you're either gonna move or you're gonna like if you can't move, you're just stuck at that house. Your kids are there with you. You're not gonna turn them in for your
Nah,
safety.
I will. I would. Like, bro. Like, that was ignorant of me. Like my response before about the Boston Strangler. Like I said, I will turn in a serial killer, and even
Okay,
like a
now
rape,
we got it. Now we got you.
like a R word, like a R word. I'm turning him in.
Thank you.
I probably might beat his ass before I turn him in. Actually, pause.
Okay,
Um,
but hold on. But think
yeah,
about this
like
though.
it's
Think
levels to
about
it.
this. But think about this though. You see how I was able to change your mind, and you see how if you had a YouTube channel, you're gonna now push snitching on serial killers where most people won't snitch. Nobody told on freaking one rapper. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm changing one life at a time. Cases
Bro, that
dismissed.
sounds funny as hell though. Like when you say snitching on serial killers, because like,
Yeah,
how
that's my
often do we
case.
actually come across? How often do we actually come across serial killers? That's the only issue with using something like that. It like the
Usually it's
situation
family that
matters. Like
turn
I'm
them
not
in.
like let's use a more hood. Let's use a hood situation. Like let's say there's a drive by. You know who did it, and 2 innocent people died. Are
Two
you
kids.
snitching on that dude?
Let's say 2 kids. 2 kids died. Absolutely. I'm going straight to the police department. I'm turning that person in. I'm
Why
probably
you
not gonna go
gotta
down
like?
there. I'm
Why you
gonna
gotta
call
make it
the.
a kid?
I'm gonna turn
All right, so if it's
anonymous. If it's adults, it depends because they could be. It could be like here's the thing. This is my rule. If it's criminal on criminal behavior, free for all. I don't care. Kill each other. Go for it. Like I'm out of that. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm out of y'all beef. Now, if it's a thug who shot two people or a person that was innocent, that did no wrong, like was not in gang violence. They were just walking home from work and they got in the crossfire. I'm turning that person in. I'm calling that tip line. I don't care if it's my brother, my son. They're going to jail. Period. I'm sorry. Nope, ain't happening, because they shouldn't be engaging in it. I don't deal with criminals. Like if my son became a criminal, he's disowned and he is dead to me. Now I'm talking about criminal behavior such as murdering, selling anything other than weed. I'm talking about like real crime. He's dead to me. Like smuggling, narcotics, done, dead. Go live your life.
Mhm.
I don't want to see you. I'm cutting them off. That's just how it is. I'm going to be just like the Asians do and the whites do. They cut their family off when they find out that freaking everybody but us. We're the only people, and some Hispanics, who will accept a freaking brother who's a freaking cocaine dealer, a meth dealer. No, you're done.
A
You're out
lot
of
of
my
Spanish
family. You're
people don't.
embarrassment.
A lot of Spanish people don't fuck with that at all. But would
No, they
you
don't.
give your
That's
son a
his son,
second
though.
chance?
Yeah, he can stop immediately, and I love him again. But if I found out he was lying, dead to me, done. There ain't no saving him. What I would do though beforehand is I would check him and give him some game, like I just gave you, that you shouldn't be hesitating on turning serial killers. And if I give him the game and he continues to do it, if he goes to jail, forget about it. I'm not bailing him out. Actually, maybe the first time I would, but he's gonna literally repay me by earning all that bail money back. But then he's gonna reform his life. And if he chooses to do it again, then he's dead to me. He's done. I'm sorry. He knows, I mean, he doesn't know this yet because he's too young to understand this. But when he turns about 16, I'm gonna have that talk with him. Like, you have choices in life. And if you
Yeah,
make these choices, you do these things, sorry. I mean, you're cut off, you know? And this ain't hypotheticals.
yeah,
These are literally like, this is life. But you see how, what I mean by culture, you're not poor. And you literally were for a second saying you wouldn't snitch on your family because it's embarrassing to say that on live. You're going to be considered a snitch. Okay. But you got to understand, you need more of us that think rationally. And I'm talking about law abiding people, not freaking snitching on a drug dealer, killing another drug dealer. I don't care about that. You can kill 10 of them. I don't care. I'm talking about law-abiding citizens dying. I'm telling every single time, and this is why the whites and nobody pretty much in this country wants to live by blacks, because we live by a code of ethics to where we will literally not tell on our family who's killing people in the neighborhood, who's selling dope, who's getting people overdosing on meth and freaking. No, I'm telling on white, anybody. I don't care what race you are. I'm telling on you. Don't do crime around me. Everybody knows that. I don't deal with criminals. I'm sorry. Like, the only criminal behavior that I'm okay with, if you sell some weed, that's fine. You do some money laundering or something, I don't care. You're not hurting me. You're not hurting nobody, really. Like, just do it on a corporate level. If you're sports betting, for example, I don't care. Like, anything that doesn't involve the life of an innocent person being at risk. Okay? Me sports betting is me getting the door kicked down if I continue to do that. Me money laundering is me getting in trouble. Has nothing to do with nobody else. Those are the only times that I'm okay. I'm gonna mind my business. I look the other way, straight up. But when it comes to all the other stuff, I'm sorry.
Can I ask you? I understand what you're saying. Can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
And let me just say, bro, I literally have 5 minutes and I gotta make a hard stop. So I definitely
You
got to
got it.
dip on 5. But anyway, I saw a comment from Christina. She was saying how like witnesses, have to go to court or whatever. I don't know if she was saying like all witnesses or what. So I guess my question to you is, do you know about that? Like, if let's say you do call and report a crime and you don't show up to court, whether it's an anonymous tip or not, does that like make you lose? Does that make the court case lose weight in court? Like, because there's no one to take the stand? I believe it does, honestly.
I can't. Okay, so this situation. Um, when it comes, this is give you the honest truth. I wouldn't. I'm not gonna act like I'm brave enough to, like, if I see, like, say somebody like didn't know I was up and they like pushed somebody off the balcony. Okay, I will call the hip to tip line and say, hey, this person did it. And that way they'll be able to go see and get the person's clothes and see that it was that person. But I wouldn't like testify like at a court trial if it's like anything that I gotta, like, I wouldn't do it because I know the repercussions doing that. I'm putting not just myself, because I'm safe here, but my family, like, they're not gonna be safe. I can't afford to pay for security for everybody, so I wouldn't go that deep. But I will say, the person that got shot that I care about, she wasn't going to tell. I was going to go to court and to the police department and tell him who did it. And I would have been right there in front of him, like, he did it. That's him right there. I didn't care. I'm sorry. That dude was a disgusting human being. But yeah, in regards to that, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would call the tip line. I wouldn't want to show up because my family wouldn't have protection. So I get it. But there's ways of doing it. And I'm telling all you guys, if you know somebody that's doing some crime, like killing, whatever, you can call the tip line from a Google Voice number, okay? Or go get a burner phone for $20 at Walmart. You call, report it, and then throw the phone away. Literally. And you don't got to show up. What's going to happen is they're going to take that tip and they're going to get a warrant to search that person's house and phone, because you're going to tell them that they did it, and you can find out, they did it because they called this person, or they did this on their phone, or I saw them in this clothes, or I saw them walking at this time, at this hour, and they can geotag, and they got ways of doing it. And then what happens is, by them having a location of that person, they'll be able to see that person's at that scene, and that person know they're caught, and they're going to take a plea deal, which is going to be some jail time. And that's how you get people locked up. So just so y'all know, that's how you do it. Okay. And we need to be advocating and making it cool to snitch on people that hurt innocent people, not on drug dealers doing drug dealer things to each other. I'm talking about if a drug dealer shoots up a school for some reason, just like, okay, if you knew a white kid that was your cousin by marriage, and you found out that he was the school shooter, he had a mask on, you found out he was a school shooter, would you turn him in?
Yeah, fuck that. Hell yeah.
That's the point. Like, I shouldn't be. You actually said you reformed on the other ones. I'm not going to hold you to that, because I was asking him because he's white. Would you turn him in because he's white and he's not your blood? Would you be fast to turn him in over somebody that's your blood? That was pretty much the context I was asking, because you should be willing to turn in anybody.
Yeah, but yo, before you keep going, I definitely got a dip. But last thing I'll say is that, bro, Kelly, I see how you ducked me. Like I said in the chat, man, she didn't want to come on once I was on here. She wants to come on now that I'm about to leave. So anything that she does possibly say about me or whatever, I'm not really concerned about it. But it's just fake at that point because she didn't come on when I was here. So that's that. But I appreciate you having me on again, Brody.
Definitely. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
Later on.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, y'all.
Yep. You too. Yep.
All
right. Anybody in the chat got anything to say to me? I actually got to hit up somebody that may potentially come on live. I might take the call. I got to call them before. I might just tell them jump on live today. Could I put an ad on Facebook? I put an ad on Facebook looking for guests for my YouTube channel to come on. And hopefully this is a guest. She's more of like seems more like godly, more like good, genuine person. So I don't know if this conversation that I'm having right now might be too much for her to take. So I'm gonna have a chat with her and see if she wants to, because she wants to help with her YouTube channel being pushed. All right, so let's see. What do you got in the chat going on? Okay. They would have to be willing to spend the money on prosecuting them. Anybody can get linked to a crime for the right price. Okay, we're gonna play that game. These people are too toxic. I'm not calling. They'll go after my family too. No, Ron Ban. You call anonymously, not anonymously. Okay. I put the link up. I think I put the link up. Kelly, if you want to jump on, you can. I'm about to get off in a little bit though, so you got to make it quick, because you have the floor to yourself for a second. Okay, I gotta take this call. No, Maximus, it's you anonymously call and you say that they did it, and you give them enough proof to have something to go off of without doxing yourself. I don't think that's too much to ask for. See, this is the problem, okay? Y'all come on here and y'all hate when I generalize. Y'all hate when I do these things, but y'all don't understand I'm changing and saving lives, okay? I'm helping people that are brainwashed by the liberal movement to find God and find truth and find, you know, love for society. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think y'all need to understand that if you want people to treat us like human beings and not like we're just animals out here destroying each other, we got to do our part. And our part would be, you know, telling straight up, just tell. Look, out the bag, y'all got my in the description below. You got my Cash App, you got my PayPal. If you want to support and you want to like pay to get my haircut, I'll give y'all something. I'll give y'all something to root for. If we get 40 people in here, 40 people in here, or if we get $40 in um super chat, cash app, whatever such by Monday, okay? Put your money where your mouth is. I will cut my hair bald. I'm talking about like a half inch. Like I'm talking about all the way. It's gonna be like this low. It's gonna be like, hold on. Jesus, I can't get my. Oh my God, hold on. It's gonna be this low, okay? Right here. I'll go bald, but I'm gonna have a professional do it. So that's the challenge for y'all. About a weekend. Shout out to the Kelly in the building. What's going on with you?
Hey, how's it going?
Nothing much, nothing much. I'm trying to influence these folks, okay? Because this is the problem, okay? The blacks, they don't understand that the reason why people don't want us in their community is because of, you see, it took all that to get Stout to understand that he needs to tell on the criminals, serial killers, like the R words, the people that are doing bad. You need to freaking tell on them. And like when you have a community and you care more about the murderer than your whole community, that's where we get it wrong. And that's the reason why people don't want to deal with us. You tell me if I'm wrong about that.
Well, I think that if you want to, I guess, snitch on someone, you should not even tell anyone that you're going to do it. Just do it. Tell no one.
There you go. Appreciate that, Matt, by the way. That's super. Nab is officially an amazing chat fan. Appreciate that. So now we're down to $37 for that baldy haircut. Appreciate that. Actually, somebody else became a member earlier. Let me see who that was because I gotta honor that also. Let me see. But say that one. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, because earlier you told What Is Life that if you caught someone doing a crime, you're going to tell them that you're calling the police. I say don't tell anyone you're going to call the police. Just call the police. Don't tell anybody what you're doing. They don't need to know.
That's what I said. You don't have to tell them. You can just tell. And by the way, we're down to $33. We get a $5 membership and a $3 membership. Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel like you can call and you can tell them that they did it, and they give them enough evidence. You pretty much tell them how to find evidence. You tell them like, hey, I know they did it because I saw them walking past this house. There's at this address. There's going to be ring door cameras. There's going to be all kinds of. Most cities got cameras all over the place. So you're going to be able to track down. They're going to be able to track down and see that it happened at this point. So what I don't understand is like we want people to treat us like normal citizens, but we're literally like I got to talk somebody into saying that they're going to tell on a serial killer. And I know he wasn't thinking at first. He didn't realize how crazy it was. He actually admitted like I'm indoctrinated because we take more pride in being a real nigga and not telling on a serial killer, but not being a hero for getting that serial killer out of jail. Because you remember the Boston Strangler and all those white serial killers, the family's going to turn them in half of the time. They're not going to let them out here in these streets.
Well, I will say that's not entirely true because did you hear did you hear about that there was a young couple, they went to Wyoming. You guys can Google this. I don't know the exact state, but they left the South and they went on a trip to like Wyoming or Montana, somewhere in that part of the country.
Yep.
And the boyfriend like killed his girlfriend.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and his parents knew about it and they didn't do anything. So I do think that like
Hold on, they found out that he actually did it.
yeah, he did it. He killed his girlfriend like on this trip. And but I do think that when it's like your own like family, a lot of parents like to protect their children. So I don't necessarily agree with that. That it's just black people that don't want to snitch. I think when the person is close to you, um, that you won't want to snitch.
Okay, you
But
might
there,
have me a little bit. I think you got me a little bit there, but I want to add a little context. What happened was they went on a hiking trip, and he came back, and his parents may have. I didn't see the story after. I thought they didn't find out. I thought they didn't get charged, but he claimed that they got into a fight. So the parents may believe that he got into a fight with her, and she was abusing him, and he hit her back, and she died. I'm talking about like you got to give me a story of on the average, like the majority of people, if they see somebody that shoot up a school or something, or do something like that, or like a drive-by shooting, they know that their son did it, and innocent people lost their life, and they're gonna not say anything. They're gonna just let him live. Do you think that happens with both people? Because you may be right. Do you think both white and blacks do it?
yeah, I do think so. I think that I mean I don't know for sure, but I do think that it depends on the person. Some people will turn in their kids. A lot of people won't want to turn in their kids. It depends on the parents.
Okay, make a good point there. I got you. Okay,
Like a lot of
shout out to Alonzo in the building.
like a lot of those mass shootings where most mass shootings are with young white males. I mean, I
Oh
hope
yeah,
no one says in the comments that I'm lying about that. That's
no,
the
we agree.
fact. Okay, so many of those young white males are writing things online before they do their mass shooting, and their parents try to pretend like they're stupid. They see that their kid has like problems, and sometimes there was like even warning signs before, but they didn't do anything about it. So no, I don't think it's just black people. I think that white people do the same thing. Actually, in this scenario, I do think that whites are doing the same thing.
Okay,
I
I
think
will
that
say. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I think that they cover up their problems more, especially if they have money. They can make their problems go away.
Okay. Well, I will say. I think that. And by the way, the statistics show that there's more shootings that happen at black schools, but mass shootings. And so they had to change the terminology for it because with us, like you have more than like one person being shot. It happens more at black schools, so they had to make it like four more people shot to make it white schools. It happens the most. So I will agree with you on that. Like four more people, white schools by far. But when it happens to like just one or two people, it's black schools have more school shootings. I'm talking about shootings that happen around the area of a school, like on a school property, pretty much. Y'all can look that up in the chat. So my thing is, I tell you that I think that black kids they're doing it for a reason. Like they're doing it to the person directly because of a dispute, because of drugs or something. But then you have white kids, they just aimlessly just shoot somebody because they had like a bad day. And they're like, you know what? I'm gonna square it up because these people bullied me, and they take out on everybody. And not to switch gears, but let me ask you, what was it, the Oscars this past weekend?
Yes.
Okay, who was I'm about to do this whole um this is like a signing bonus. I'm not signing bonus. This is like a encouragement for you to come on here, share your news, and bring this to the channel.
I
We
thought we
need
were
you here.
gonna I thought we were gonna do it tomorrow. So when we
No,
have
I'm
like
talking
a
about
lot of
like
time.
on regular. Like you can literally download this app that I can get. I'll pay for it monthly, and all you do is post the news on there, and it posts on like my YouTube channel, your YouTube channel, and then you can just call it, whatever, Kelly Unloaded or whatever, Reloaded. And people will go to your YouTube channel for more, but I just want that thumbnail and like the snippet of the story, and you can tell them to come to your channel.
All right.
I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get that engagement because I got to be more consistent. But my ADHD is hard for me to do. I tried to do today. I did a story on immigrants, the people that Tyson, they fired like 1,200 people, and then they
Oh yeah, I saw that on your
yep,
channel.
and they rehired 1,200 people. I mean, they're rehiring the same people, but they're going to pay them less. But it's going to be the people that aren't documented, um, to have them go and get the free, lawyer and housing and all of that, so they can pay them less. So overall, they're gonna save money. But like, it's hard for me to like put those stories together. And I'm saying I just need help with that so I can get this engagement going because I'll do the vertical lives and let you rock on that, and you're gonna have a bunch of people that come into that, and you can tell them to come to your channel, but you got to just commit to like set times. But otherwise, that's the reason why I was saying what I was saying. But yeah, by the way, I was gonna ask you, black woman, who was the hottest, most nicely dressed black woman at the Oscars?
Kelly Rowland, of course.
Let's see. Let's pull up a picture. Let's see. All
Let's
right,
see
we
what the
got.
chat
Oh yeah.
thinks. But I checked. She was the best dressed, white or black.
Oh yeah. She was on one.
I think Heidi Klum looked amazing also.
I don't even know who Heidi Klum is.
Some white woman that was married to Seal.
Okay, so this is okay. So now we gotta get a little bit into like the whole situation. I asked this the other day, and you weren't on here. I was asking, why are women pushing the boobs? They're pushing the boobs in men's faces. Yes, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, we can openly say, show us the boobs. Now it's kind of like cringe because you got the one chick, the Sweeney chick, who's the only like actress that actually, shows her boobs and unapologetically don't care. Now you have all these women that wear dresses with their nipples showing. Do they think that we as a society or men, do they think we care? Like, what is the point of all that? Like the boobs being shown.
Well, I do think that men that are horny, yeah, they care. They like to look at that.
Do you think that's a benefit for society that these women are pushing like the nipples out on dresses,
The body
trying to
positivity. I think, okay, well, I don't know if you're getting at that, but okay, so I think the body positivity movement is like stupid. Or like, I don't know, I don't agree with it. But like, meaning that I don't know if you've noticed, but when you go to like different stores, let's say like Victoria's Secret or Target, so now like a lot of different companies are featuring different looks that they would never have featured before. So black people, Indian people, Asian people are getting like more ads and stuff now, right? Which is
yeah.
fine. But also people of like larger sizes are getting more ads. But the only way I'm offended is when I'm like, say I'm in like the lingerie section, and then you see a picture like on the wall at Target or Victoria's Secret of someone who's like obese, like in lingerie, like I don't know, like maybe that type of advertising works on people like when they're really young, so the young people coming up now, they're going to think that that is normal. So some people will probably say that they're like saying it's okay to be like fat or big or whatever. And to me, it's just like I just don't want to really see that. Like I don't think it's not attractive to me, I guess, to see that.
Okay. Well, we're gonna switch. I'm gonna switch. I guess like for some reason they want me to beat up on the blacks. I don't get why. Um, they just don't be cheap. $5 super chat. Appreciate that. That takes us to $28. 28 more dollars, and I cut my hair to a half, like or actually a quarter inch. I'm talking about bald. Okay, just a little bit of hair. Okay. Would you snitch on your son if he get killed? Oh no. Would you snitch on your son if he killed someone in self defense, knowing he's gonna get cooked in the courts? Appreciate that $5 super chat. Absolutely. I'm gonna tell on him. It depends though on the case because if he did it in self-defense or he did it because of a threat to him, I'm gonna tell. But if he killed somebody who was innocent, like a kid or an adult that was just minding their business and he was engaged in illegal acts, if I knew he did it, I'm sorry, I would have to I would have to. It depends, though. I'm not even gonna lie. It depends, because if he was irrational and did it just because he was just being stupid, I would have to tell, because I can't live with that on my conscience. I can't. I'm sorry. I got to tell. I was raised the way of, you got to protect the innocent people, because my son is probably going to do it again. If he did it the first time, he's probably going to do it again, and I'm going to have to live with that on my conscience if he kills somebody else. Now, if it was, like I said before, accident, like if he didn't mean to do it, if it was like something like a drug deal gone bad and he killed a drug dealer or somebody, or criminal, I don't care. Just, you're disowned. Because remember, if I knew, if I found out about it, then I would be accomplice. So if I don't turn him in, I'm going to jail too. And I'm not taking no bullet for my son. I'm sorry. I mean, not a bullet, but I'm not taking a murder charge for my son. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. If I had to witness, because I was outside and he just was playing around with a gun, and he shot some women, I was walking down the street, I'm sorry. I'm telling on my son. He's going to jail. It is what it is. I'm going to say he did an accident. He'll get a manslaughter, I think, charge. But me taking that charge because I didn't tell, and like 5 years from now, he gets put into a RICO charge. And he needs to snitch on somebody. He's like, okay, I caught this body. My dad knows about it. Then I go to jail too? Nope, not happening. I'm sorry. Not happening, because what is that going to help? And we got to stop thinking that way. Like, we got to get people, we're getting people passes for killing. You just can't. I'm sorry. But like I said before, it depends on the situation. If he was protecting himself, if he did no wrong, then I would help him hide the body. If he was protecting himself, and I knew for sure he was protecting himself. But if it comes to him doing it, just because he was angry, devil came up, above, out of him. I'm sorry, bro. We got to figure it out. Kelly, what would you do?
What's the question? Would I snitch on my own son?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't read. I can't read. If he kills someone in self-defense, no one's gonna get cooked in the courts. No, I would tell him we gotta call the cops. My bad, I answered the question wrong. I would tell him we gotta call the cops. It was self-defense, and we gotta just face the charges. Okay. And I would probably say I shot him in self-defense. I would probably literally shoot another bullet, shoot another, just that way. Or put try to get some residue on my hands, so that way I can say I did it. And I would take the charge if I knew he was doing it in self-defense. But my son, if he, that's just what I would do. My bad, I can't read. So in self-defense, would you protect your son
In self-defense? It's hard to
if he
say. I
killed
don't.
somebody?
I guess we don't ever know what we're going to do exactly until the time comes. So, I mean, I think that when this happens, you're going to be thinking so quick. It's going to be like a rash decision. You're not going to have a lot of time to think. So, I can't really answer that.
I know in advance that's how I'm gonna be. I know if my son, say for some reason somebody was breaking into our house and he shot the person, I'm gonna say that I did it only because I don't want him to get railroaded. Okay. And I know, me being a man in the house, I would have to take the charge. That's just what you, I know. See, this thing, Kelly, a lot of people, they look at me for what I am on YouTube and not for what I am as a man outside of YouTube. Dude, guys, like literally, anybody that know me know that I'm gonna take that bullet for anybody. Okay. Like in my family that I care about. That's just how I operate. Okay. For Donald Trump, the Great White Hope, no, because I just wouldn't take it for him. But for my son or my cousin or my mom or somebody, I'm sorry. I'm taking that. I'm taking that charge. And if I cannot, if he kills somebody because of them being stupid, then I would just help him hide the body. It's that simple. If I knew we weren't get caught.
There
Now,
was,
what? Go ahead.
okay, I was going to say there was a comment earlier that I wanted to address. I don't know. Hold on. I want to see if it's still on here.
Long
Um,
as it's nothing about homophobia, nothing homophobic, because
oh no, it's
you
not.
lost your homophobic card.
Me?
Yeah, you got to understand. I get where you're coming from with the whole, you know, trans, or trans woman or trans man situation. I get where you're coming from. Some things I don't agree with, but in the basis of it, I'm okay with people living their life. And I just don't want you on my channel talking about how they're bad people, they're mentally this or they're bad this. I just don't want that.
I never said anyone was a bad person.
No, but you said you wouldn't respect their wishes and all that. I'm just saying you can't do that because you can do it on your channel. You ain't about to get me demonetized, even if you don't agree. Now, the minor attracted people, that situation, no, I'm sorry. That's sick at this point. Thinking about
what is a minor attracted? What is that? I don't know what that is.
It's pretty much something that the liberals and Democrats are trying to make a thing where like people who would be considered pedophiles, they're not. They're just attracted to minor people.
Is this a new thing now? I've never heard of this before.
That new thing, liberals, they always bring a new thing on and they try to get it to happen. Like, you know how like it's illegal to sell kid toys, like kid dolls that people can like do stuff with. It's illegal to do that, from what I believe, in most states. But they're trying to make that legal.
Okay, this is why I don't like the direction that America's going in. I think that anyone who likes those liberal ideals that you just brought up, it has to be crazy if they actually agree with that. Any of the things that you just stated, to me, that's crazy if someone actually believes in that.
Yep, because pretty much it was a bill that they're trying to pass in I think Utah or somewhere that Democrats blocked. They were trying to give mandatory 5 years prison for anybody caught sex trafficking kids or any whatever. 5 years mandatory. They blocked it, and then it was a couple other things in that bill, but that was the main one. And most of the people trafficked are like kids under the age of like 11. So you should get mandatory time, but 5 years is not enough. And Queefador, appreciate that comment there. Tough love is needed. I mean, if you like, it's different from a bonehead mistake and just blatant ignorance. And I'm not going to reward blatant ignorance. Now,
I have one question for you. Who is amazing fact checker? Who is that?
Just somebody that trying to make a name off of.
Is that
fact checking my channel? No, just some. I mean, from the way it looks with the profile picture, I'm assuming he's like a black dude. They got pimples on his face. Probably about 5'8", 120 pounds. Probably watches Dragon Ball Z and plays Xbox. Or no, he's more a PlayStation guy. And he just comes on here to just fact check like things that I say wrong, I guess. I mean,
whoever it is,
shout out to him.
Whoever that person is on your Discord.
Oh, for real? I didn't know they were on there.
They're making some comments about me allegedly going into a car with a black guy, but I don't know what they're talking about.
Honey said you went in the car with a black guy?
Yeah, they wrote that way earlier, but I don't know what they're talking about.
I mean, Kelly, why don't you like black men in regards to like what makes you why? I mean, I'm not gonna say you don't like black men, but what do you? Let's do this. What do you like about black men? What do you like about black men? Let's start with that first. What do you like that black men only offer?
Oh, okay. Let's start with the positives. We're talking about. I like to separate people into groups. So we're talking about black men, like just the word black men, or black American men.
Like the black American or average man, not the African men, but the the blacks that were born here. The Americans, pretty much. The Americans that think they're African, pretty much.
Okay, so, but if I say anything, obviously it's like, okay, obviously when you say something negative, both are going to be generalizations. It doesn't really apply to like everybody.
Yep.
Things that I like. Well, okay, so I would say that. Okay.
You really can't think of no positive from black men? That's nasty work right now.
Sorry. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
This is some absolute nasty work. What about what about we're athletic, A lot of us are small. I said small. Oh shoot, pause. A lot of us are athletic. We have a lot of smart ones of us. We're about law and order, you know.
Well,
Um,
okay, how about this? Okay, I didn't think to say like, okay, that's a known fact that a lot of Black American men are athletic, but I wouldn't. But you're saying, do I like? I'm not saying I don't like that. It's not a like or a dislike. That's good to be athletic and tall and strong. Like that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. I guess I just wasn't thinking like that. I guess
yeah,
when you're asking me what do I like about someone, I'm thinking of saying a compliment like, "Oh, they're a nice person. They are like like positive words like of
yeah,
affirmation." I'm thinking of something like that, so I don't really know what I would say. Yes, some black men are very athletic. They dominate the NBA, the NFL. Okay,
yep,
I would say that I love, but this would be black men and black women, not just black men. Like I love the way that well, one thing is I love the way that Black Americans sing. And it's not all Black people don't sing that way, just um the way that Black Americans sing is like no other. Like I'm sorry, Black people are the best singers. Like I'm sorry, hands down. I don't care if anyone gets mad in the chat. Like of course there's people like of other races that can sing, but just not how Black people sing. But that to me is like a Black man and Black women. So I don't know. I don't know. I just now, okay, I'm not trying to. Okay, I don't want to sound like. I'm not saying that black men are bad or anything, but there's a lot of things that I don't really like how they are. I'm not talking about like crimes and things like that. Just like how someone is. Like I don't know how to like explain it. You know when you don't like how some like just think about when you don't okay, imagine like not even thinking about race. Let's just say you were around someone and you just don't like how they are, like how they really are, like, as a person. Then you wouldn't go around those people. It doesn't mean that they are a bad person, but maybe like how they are, it doesn't go with who you are, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure you've been around people that like you couldn't be yourself, for example, or they're too sensitive about everything. So you don't go around because maybe you'll try like a few times, but after a while, like if you felt that you couldn't be yourself, you're not going to keep going around people that you can't be yourself around.
what do you mean
But
about yourself? Let's talk about you, okay? Before we go back to the what you don't like about black men. What is yourself? How are you? Are you goofy, funny? You like to laugh? You like to be tickled? You're
oh,
a horn
I'm
dog. Like
oh,
what
I'm.
are you? Like tell us what
Did you
are
say
you?
a horn dog?
Yeah, like what describes you? That you describe yourself in 5 words. Give me 5 words.
Oh my gosh.
It can
Um.
be just one word, like just a word that would describe you. 5 words. Five separate
You
words.
could say, oh my gosh, sarcastic is one.
Hey,
Or you could
sarcastic.
say goofball, funny. I like to laugh, and
Okay.
I like to, what do you call this? I like to poke at people, I guess. You know,
Okay.
um, I don't know. That's one. I am a traveler. That's who I am. I don't know. Does that qualify as what?
Yeah, that qualifies. We need just give
Okay,
us 2 more.
two more. Mm,
So I agree with the traveling. Traveling, a lot of black men, we don't do that. We rather just sit at home and play video game and just chill and play basketball or something like that. A lot of us don't know anything about the opportunity of traveling because there's so much struggle that we grew up, but we never grew up thinking that traveling was even a thing. I'm not talking about states, talking about like the world. So I will give
oh
you
no,
that one.
I'm not saying that anything about if black men travel or not. When I'm talking about when you don't okay, let's not even use black men because if I say anything, people are gonna say, well, I don't like black men. But here's the thing, you're not asking me about other races of men. There's other groups I don't like either. Like just like there's groups that don't like me. Like I don't okay. I'm not trying to be like racist, but like I don't like Asian men either. Does that make me racist because I don't like them? Like
I
I
think
don't
you're
really
starting
like
to get your inward pass back. I think you're starting to get your inward pass
But
back.
the thing is, because you're black, you're asking me about black men. So if I answer, I sound like, okay, so I don't really like how they are. Does that mean that I don't like how every single black man is? No, I'm just saying, like, but in general, let's be real. Like, there's obviously going to be each groups have characteristics about themselves. Like every single person doesn't necessarily do it, but in general, like when I was saying, like, oh, black guys like to holler at girls in the streets. I'm not saying that no other race has never asked a girl for her phone number, but it's the way that black American guys go about it. They're not a black guy doesn't walk up to you and say, oh, hey, you look really pretty, or whatever.
Okay, hold on.
Um,
How about this? Give me some things you like about white men.
about white men.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be about some, not all. Well, white men are generous. They're more generous in comparison to a black man. Meaning, and I'm not saying that he's blowing all his money on you, but like, okay, it seems to be a problem with black men. They don't want to pay for their woman. Like, I'm not saying for myself, just open your eyes, look around. When you're at a grocery store or something, look to see who's paying. When you see a black man, his woman's always paying, especially if she's like white. They don't pay for their women, they don't pay for their families. But then not saying you, but other channels on YouTube with black men that are like red pill and hate women, they're always demanding the woman to be submissive and they want to be like the leaders of the household. Why would somebody submit to someone? Okay, if you want someone to submit to you and you want to be the leader over your woman and your kids, then you got to pay. If I'm paying half or I'm paying everything, I'm not going to take you seriously. Who would take someone like that seriously? You want to be the
Kelly,
leader.
I gotta mention this to you, just so you know. You do know that 50% of black men have no kids and they have full-time jobs. And you do know that the average income, which I was like, what the heck? I didn't know this, but the average income for all black working men, the average income is like $80,000. So you gotta understand,
Well,
you're talking about the small few. Because remember, 25% of black men account for 75% of kids, of black
well,
kids. So if you
okay,
think about
but
it, you're
even okay,
choosing the losers and not
I
the good men that's out here.
Dennis, first of all, I'm not choosing anyone. I'm just observing. And I'm not talking about in the hood or the ghettos. I'm talking about even in, because I'm only in certain areas. So even in the wealthy areas, when you see a black man out and about, most of the time the woman is okay. I don't know what they do when they get in the car or like, I don't know if they go, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not in that relationship. I don't know if he pays half the time and she pays half the time, but every time I see a black man, the woman's always paying. I never see a black man take out his debit card, swipe it, and spend 200 on groceries.
But Kelly, you never thought the fact that like, for example, I got that lump sum money last month or a couple months ago. I told Cali girl, you pay the bills, you take care of everything. My life is happy. You do realize that most of us men, we trust our women to where we'll just. I even told y'all that celebrity chick I was, cool with for like a minute, like 10 years ago, 13 years ago. Like whenever I want to chick, I let her pay for everything, and I just tell her to use my card. I just hand her the card. So you literally are nitpicking that because you're assuming, but you don't know what name is on that card. Because most cards you can't look at the
Dennis,
name. You're far
Dennis,
away.
what I don't see all the time white women paying. Okay, look, let's just say what you're saying is true. It's really the guy's
No, it is
card.
true. I'll tell you. I promise you, it is true. Because I know when I used to pay. Like here's the thing: when I used to pay with my card. Now Cali girl, she pays everything. Like because she handles all the money. Any dollar that comes into this house, she takes care of everything. She pays everything. It makes my life better. I have my fun money, but other than the fun money, all food, everything comes off of a card that she set up that pays for everything. And that's because I do better with her taking care of business. Because I'm terrible with money. Most men by nature are terrible with money. So I need you to understand, like I tell her to do it. I don't want to bother with the register. I bag the groceries up. I put them in the cart. I load them in the back car and I bring them up in the house. She handles the payment. She does all that work. Okay. So you got to understand that you're doing what I do, except this is a wrong argument because you got to understand most men pay for the groceries. Even before I lived here, I was always paying for the groceries. And I was the most broke dude. I just wouldn't date a chick if I couldn't pay for my own groceries. So I'm just saying, you see how you're nitpicking that, and you don't realize most black men will pay for the groceries. Most white guys will be the ones, unless they're simps. And the simps are usually going to be ugly, unattractive. They're going to be like the men y'all don't want who are white. Most of the hot white guys that you want, he wouldn't dare buy you groceries until you're his girlfriend. Before that, he makes you earn your money because most of those men are
What
conservative.
I'm trying to say is like, okay, you're saying that, obviously it's a possibility that anytime a woman pays in public that she's really using his card or whatever. Like, yes, these are possibilities, but the reality of the matter of the fact is irregardless of who's paying for groceries or who's buying dinner, black men are not generous. They are cheap. I'm sorry. You want me to just tell the truth? I'll just tell the truth. Black men are cheap. They might pay for you like for the first date, then they think that they will be hoping that they're gonna have sex. I'm not saying that the other races don't want to have sex, but black men are the cheapest. Between whites, Hispanics, and blacks are for sure the cheapest.
How
I'm
do you
sorry.
notice? How do you
Because
notice, Bobby?
I've dated all of them. They are the cheapest.
So you
Cheap.
pretty much are I'm trying to save your embarrassment because you're telling on yourself because you're not dating the 50%. Once again, a black man with no kids who are single. Because you got to keep in mind, Kelly, I've told all my sim stories. I've never, ever got with a chick. Cali girl was the first chick literally that bought me dinner and bought me gifts and just bought me stuff. Before that, I never had a chick do that for me. And understand, I'm not outlier. Most men like me who at one point I have a kids because I was like, whatever. I didn't know what was going on. We paid for dinner. We go to the nicest place. You realize our women, like Kelly, you're one of our women. Y'all ask for the most. We got to take y'all to a good dinner. Y'all would be to the point of you got a restaurant that the meal will be like 30 combined. You would rather go to Olive Garden, not Olive Garden, but you'd rather go to Red Lobster than like an Olive Garden. And you got to remember, a lot of women of other races, they're okay with going to Starbucks on the first date. You're just going to get some coffee. You're chilling.
Okay,
You
so
got to
you're
understand,
correct.
black women like
Dennis,
y'all the ones that want like
Dennis, you're
everything
correct.
right away. You got to earn it. Like,
Dennis,
just
you're
be
correct.
humble.
Dennis, you're correct. I don't drink coffee, so therefore I'm not going to Starbucks. I'm not going to Baskin Robbins or any of those low level dates. No, I'm not going to do
How
that.
is that? Hold on, how is that low level? A Starbucks coffee and a
But I
double
don't
smoked
drink
bacon is
coffee.
$12.
But I
You can get
don't
a
drink coffee.
okay,
I
but
I
you got ice, I mean, you got teas, you got nice teas, you got all kinds of drinks there. I'm giving you
well,
the other side.
I know the other side, but what I'm saying is that I honestly don't like coffee and tea. I don't. So that's not. I'm not telling anyone to spend hundreds of dollars on a first date, but also this we've had this discussion before. You can spend money and not spend 200 and not spend $5. You can meet in the middle somewhere, and like I'm just saying, I'm sorry, it's the truth. Anyone saying that black men are the most generous is lying. Yes, there's going to be some black men that are generous, or like celebrities that are probably generous, but I'm talking about just everyday regular men. They're not generous. They are not. The most generous guys are probably white or Hispanic. I'm sorry, like I've had plenty of whites and Mexicans buy me shit. I
But
didn't do
but Kelly,
nothing.
the reason why you're dealing with that. And like I said, I'm not trying to call you out, but you got to understand, you're low key. I don't know if you need to hit the gym or you need to do something to better yourself. Because I'm on cap. If you're not attractive, a lot of black men are not going to put their all into it. They just want to hit it. Okay, a lot of them, but not the majority. Because you got to remember, Kelly, majority of black men literally go out our way to wine and dine that woman. Period. We don't. We It's embarrassing in our culture for a chick to pay for stuff. Like you see how I was forever. I didn't want Cali girl to pay for nothing for me. That's just how it was. So the problem
Dennis,
is you're getting the 25% of the whack black men who are broke because those men settle for anything. So they're probably, I'm
Dennis,
just
I'm
saying,
not
Kelly,
talking.
they're settling for you. So you're dealing with those men that you gotta spend money to take them out to eat. You gotta do all this
No,
because they're settling for you.
Dennis, I've never taken a guy out to eat or paid for a guy ever. I'm not talking about just myself. I'm talking about like in general. Like I do have friends too. I have like I have obviously I have my own experiences. I have friends. I have family members that are women. I know the stories. They're not as generous. Even like a Jamaican man is more generous than it's a Black American man thing. They're not generous. I'm sorry, they're not. Like other cultures, it's not okay. The Black American culture is not a generous culture. They're not.
No, it's the
Other
you're talking about the hood. That's the problem. You're talking about the hood culture. The hood culture. Now you know when I talk about violence, the reason why I equate and say that the blacks are bad in regards to violence is because you have like say 30%, 25% of the hood culture that are engaged in this behavior, but then you have another 25 to 30%, which is the what is life. Shout out to them who engage in making excuses up for this behavior happening instead of saying that these are just bad hombres. Okay. So I group them all together. You got to understand, Kelly, you're dating the worst of men. And then you got to remember when you date
I
outside your
never
race,
said that I dated them. Here's the thing. I have never paid for a guy. So obviously I went on dates with Black men. What I'm saying, okay, I went on dates with Black men. They paid. I never went on a date and paid anything or paid half. Never. I would never do that. I'm just
The thing is, and I don't know any black man literally, and I know hood dudes that would never go and you realize the 50-50 started with white men. You realize these liberal beta white men started the whole 50-50 movement. Black, I've never in my life, and I know hood dudes, dirty, disgusting dudes. The only dudes that make you pay 50-50 are freaking the down, smoking weed all day, playing video games, living off their baby mama. Those are the only dudes you got to pay half ever. Other than that, the white beta liberal men, they started that whole 50-50 movement. And the white women, they accepted it because they want to feel empowered. But most black women, Kelly, if you got something to offer, you understand, Kelly, if you're beautiful, you're smart, good heart, you can have a good conversation with the man, you're all of these things. A man will never make you pay for your own meal. But what you're mixing up is this, Kelly, outside your race. This is what I mean by outside the race. If I was Asian, okay, or I'm black, so we're more attracted to Asians and Hispanic women. They're spicy, whatever you want to call it. So most black men will go after those women and be like, okay, they're spicy. Just like white men, they go after Hispanic and black women because they think that they're spicy and exotic, whatever. Just like Asian men, they date outside their race because they want something spicy or exotic, whatever. That's just life. That's just how it is because your own race, you consider that regular because you see them all the time, but you don't see that Hispanic person. So when you date outside your race and you date the person like Asian or whatever, you're gonna put more time and effort into it because you feel like that's the like a indentured species. Like, oh my God, I got a chance with a Hispanic or Asian person or something, that ain't normal because you remember most whites date white, Asian, Hispanic, and black. So that's the reason why you are being treated better. So if I was you, Kelly, like what I would do if you want a black man, date a single black man with no kids. He will take you out to eat, wine, and
I've
dine. You take
never
care of you.
dated.
Don't date a guy like me
I've
because I
never
might.
dated.
I'm definitely making you pay for half of the meal because you're literally the way you come off, Kelly. I couldn't imagine like paying for your meal because you come off like not in a race. I'm not talking about a race situation. You come off like unruly. Like you would literally not be willing to be a woman and be submissive. I want to feel like I'm the man. I'm the king of the jungle. I
But
want
we
I
just
want to
but
open
we just
the
talked
door for
about
you.
that. But that's what I just said. Here's the thing: Black men are the okay. If you want, okay, for any man, if you want, because here's one thing you guys have to understand is that women think that they're equal to you. So, and here's the thing: we know that. Okay, so I know that men don't think that we're equal to them, right? So if you want a woman to, okay, if you want any woman to see you as the man, then you have to pay, like, because that's what kind of like, so women think, okay, women feel that they can do everything that a man can do. We obviously know that you guys are stronger than us, but outside of like things that require like immense strength, a woman could do almost anything a man can do. So like if you want a woman to see you as, the man, then you have to before she meets you, you have to have a life that you can take care of your own self. And like, I don't, okay, if a guy is requiring a woman to pay half or go Dutch or whatever, why would she submit to you? Like, nobody would do that. That doesn't make sense. Like, some people, they want a woman to submit and do all these things, but they don't want to pay. I'm not saying that someone told, you're taking it as like someone told me this. They didn't tell me that. But I'm just saying, like, men walk around like this, like, well, I want to be the leader. I want to be seen as the man, but you have to pay.
Well, here's the thing. I started a poll. I started a question and answer. So guys, if you will make your chick pay half of the meal, and put your race before, if you don't mind. So that way we can do like a question and answer. And white guys, be honest. Okay? Everybody be honest. Black guys, just be honest. I'm just telling you, Kelly, you gotta understand. Like, I get where you're coming from, but you are part of the reason why, like, I sometimes feel bad about doing what I do, because you are generalizing, like, it's a clear minority of men that make their women pay for meals. This is the worst. Now, if you said, like, men that would want to have sex on the first date, and if you ask for like a third date, they're gonna probably say, "Never mind, I'm done." Yes, you can probably say black men. Most of us are like that. The small minority, who are me, will freaking deal with a chick for a whole month and a half and not have another chick on the side, not have no girlfriend. We'll deal with that chick for a month and a half and get nothing, but just take her out to eat every day. Rare. But when it comes to like buying dinner, I'm sorry. Most of us, we would never make a chick pay for a meal. No part of the meal. But now here's the thing. Once you get into a relationship, it's different. Now it's just, I look at a relationship, me as a black man, I look at it like, my money is your money. That's how I look at it. Of course, most people don't. So you're telling me though, with you never had one of these young white dudes that made you pay half the meal and said, "Hey, split checks." You're telling me all the guys you've ever dealt with pay for it all.
I have never paid for a meal or anything. I swear. Why would I do that? That's stupid.
I don't know. So we got fireman. I'm going to go out to eat with a female. My intent is to pay regardless. I agree. That's just how it is. Out of respect.
Like,
Yep.
I think I've probably heard in my life, probably off the top of my head right now, I have had like 2 guys tell me in my life that they like to go Dutch. The first guy who told me that,
What's Dutch?
well, I didn't know what it was. So one time I was talking to like this Mexican guy, but I don't really think we were like, I don't think I was even talking to him today, but we were just like talking. And he was just telling me that he likes, but this is before we even went out. He was telling me that he likes to go Dutch. So I was like, I'm like, what is Dutch? And then so he told me that he always goes 50-50. So obviously I didn't go out. And then one time a black guy told me the same thing. But other than that, like, that's like 2 times out of my whole life. Like, I don't know. But I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
you're right. Go ahead.
my point is, okay, and you're taking it like I'm saying about myself. I mean, okay, just like, okay, so in this issue, I'm just saying, if I'm telling the truth, between a black American man, a white man, and a Middle Eastern man, and a Mexican man, blacks are the least generous out of those 4. Middle Easterns are very generous. Whites are generous, and Hispanics are generous. Black men are not generous. I'm sorry. It's the
Okay, well, hold
truth.
on, We got a white guy here. We got Mav. He said that if the woman got the money, he'll have her pay for the whole meal. And he said the half and half depends on the country. I'm telling you, he's like the. Now, I'm not calling him the new generation of the white guys, but this is how the white started this. Mav, I think you had Kelly bounce out the room. No, Mav, like, keep it a buck in the chat. Like, the young whites, men, they're the ones that started the whole 50-50 thing. I think that's cringe. I used to laugh at that. Like, you're really gonna like make your chick pay for half? I just, maybe I'm just a simp. I always pay for the food. Cali Girl's the first woman I ever had that I felt comfortable enough with her paying for the food sometimes. Most of the time, really, the past like 6 months, because she likes to eat. All she spends the money on is food. She'll tell y'all. You can sub to people you don't agree with. There's nothing wrong with that. And Furby just at her neck. Sheesh. You should find an old white man, Kelly. They will pay absolutely everything. There you go. You ain't telling me how much I paid in. If someone wants the Dutch oven, don't do it. Yeah, I agree. Black men, we are absolutely generous. Now, when it comes to like flights and trips, you got to be our chick to get that, unless we're like balling, like a NBA player or something. But other than that, we pay for everything. I couldn't imagine, it's just different because Cali girl, I moved here for the most part. I came here from across the country, so after the first few times, I mean, we just whoever got the money ready on deck just pays for it. No big deal. It's to the point the Cali girl parents, if we go out to eat with Cali girl parents, we go out to eat with them, they will be insulted if I try to pay. Literally, they won't let me pay. They'll be like, no. Like they'll be insulted. Look like my Twitch is popping. I mean my TikTok. All right, let's see what else we got here. Y'all made Kelly leave. Rage face paid for all 4 dates. Yep. You said resend you the link. I got you. Hold on. If anybody else want to come up, y'all got the floor. I'm leaving. I'm be off here in about half an hour. When Cali girl walks in the door, I gotta get off here because we got business to attend to. Okay. So y'all got the floor. This is why I can't wait to get a dog. Like it's all these dogs out here makes me so sad because I want a dog. It happened one day. One day. I can see her poodle. We got a Boston Terrier. We got what kind of dog she got?
I'm back.
Yep. That's a good one. Cali girl gets assaulted. You trying to pay because they think your car is going to decline. Nah, because the parents love me. Oh. Yeah, the parents love me and they're cool. But Kelly, what you think about that? Mav already said that he would make his chick pay for
I just read someone else in the comments who said that they were white and they pay for dates. Now, here's the thing. I'm not okay. Let me make this clear. Obviously, there's going to be some white men that don't want to pay, and there's always going to be someone. There's always going to be an outlier. What I'm trying to say is like, let's just say, for example, a woman goes out, she meets a Middle Eastern guy, right? Like I've talked to Middle Eastern guys before. Like they're generous. They're just gonna pay. Like these conversations don't come up, especially when you start talking to people like outside of America. Like these conversations don't even come up. They just know they're gonna pay. That's how they were raised. It doesn't come up at all. Like they're used to paying for their women.
Yep.
I feel like
No.
this conversation about like who is gonna pay only comes up like with blacks. I don't hear like I never had a like I don't know. I just don't see other cultures like saying like, oh, you got to pay half. Like I don't hear this.
This is the reason why. Because I remember I don't know if you watched that last live I did, but we had a conversation. The reason why black men like so much hatred for black women and black women hatred for black men. It's because of the fact you're in a situation where when it comes to us, you don't bow down when you're getting that meal paid for. Like you literally give us your ass. Half the time, like you feel like, like we pretty much feel like half of the time, like we don't get the same respect as you would give to a guy that. And by the way, Kelly, you know how to cook? Random question. You know how to cook?
Yeah, I know how to cook.
What do I put the Whole Food pizza? What do I put on 350?
I don't know. Read the box. I don't know.
It doesn't say it on it.
You know,
Oh yeah, it does.
I got, hey,
450.
warning to everyone, don't get pizza from Whole Foods. I
Why?
got a slice of pizza from a Whole Foods in Denver like 3 weeks ago. It was disgusting. It was a waste of $4
Oh no,
for
nah,
one.
Whole Foods pizza is fire. I'm sorry.
Well, not the one that they gave me. It was
No,
nasty.
you probably had a bad batch, but yeah, Whole Food pizza is. I mean, it's probably the best pizza I ever had in my life. But let me say this, okay? Let me make sure you understand this. Okay, this is going on. Okay, so when it comes to black men, when we take care of we take care of the check, we pay for everything. We expect to have respect. We appreciate and want respect from the woman. We want you to act like we're the man for the most part. But now you have our women acting so masculine and acting so like they're entitled to this and they don't got to earn it. No, I'm sorry. You still got to be a woman. You still got to make us feel like you appreciate this meal. Now, when it comes to you with white men and Asian men and all that, a lot of our women be on their best behavior. Now, here's the thing: I'm not talking about all. I'm talking about the majority of the ones that are available, single, and out here. You're meeting them at clubs, and like the turn up chicks. Because the quality black women, they're the ones that you actually have to earn a date. It's gonna take you time to get a date with them. So you're gonna know that you're gonna get the the feminine, the respectful, energy from that woman. You don't have these issues. So you understand. I learned that the hard way. When I met Cali Girl, I learned that I was calling all women, not all, but most of the black women, the hood rats pretty much. I was calling them the all, and I was treating all black women with disdain and disgust until I realized that it was me choosing the worst of the women because I, as a man, wasn't in position to get the black woman that literally holds it down and will still treat you like you're the man. So that was on me. So instead of me holding myself accountable, I was holding the woman accountable. And that's the reason why I had the luck I had in regards to like um, messing with only hood rats and, women that weren't made to be married.
Mhm.
So you're doing the same thing with black men because you are choosing the 25 to 30% of the loser black men who get all the chicks. And if you can't get that 50% of man, like Kelly, let's be real, keep it a buck. You don't got to show your picture, you don't got to come up on cam. Can you get the 50% of black men, the men with no kids, a good decent job, 50 to $80,000 a year, and single, don't got a wife on the other side of town? Have you had one of those men lately? And attractive, and maybe got a big dick. Okay, let's keep it a buck. Have you had one of those men before?
I've never dated a guy that had kids before. Never.
Okay, what about attractive, 50 to 80,000 a year,
I've dated a couple.
big dick?
Oh my God. What kind of question is it?
No, that matters. That matters because you got to remember, if the dude got a little dick, then he's freaking definitely gonna freaking treat you that way because his ego, he's gonna want you to think that he's that shit. But if he got a dick, he usually doesn't have to prove anything. He's usually definitely gonna pay for the meal. It's levels to it. So I'm saying, I mean, that might be your problem. You dated more than two black men. So I mean, you dated more than two men. So that right
What is
there
dated?
rests
What
my
is
case.
dated? In a relationship or going on dates?
Just date. You only dated two black men
No, I went on more
that
dates.
were
No, I went on more dates.
qualified. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like, regardless of what you're saying, I'm not even like how some people they think I'm trolling. I'm not trolling. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to speak my truth. And the matter of the fact is, out of those four groups, because I don't really go with age, I never really went into that market. So, like, out of those four groups, I can tell you for sure without a shadow of a doubt, between whites, blacks, Middle Eastern, and Mexican, that blacks are the least generous out of the four. Like, if you, okay, just, I'll look at it like this, and maybe this will be a different topic. Let's just say you were going out, a girl's going out, just any girl, not a black girl, just any girl. You're going out to a bar and you with no intent to spend your own money. Who do you think you're going to get the drinks from the fastest? It's going to be probably depending on what state you're in. Let's just say all those groups are there. You're probably going to get it fastest from the white guys. Like, it's just easier. A white guy will just be standing by you. Okay, how about this? A white guy will just be like, let's just say you're standing by a white guy, but you're not even trying to get nothing from him. They will just offer you drinks and all kinds of shit, like just to do it. They don't care. Like they're buying rounds for their friends. You're standing by them. They're like, oh, do you want a drink? And then if you want one, you just get one. A black guy's not gonna do that. A
Okay,
white
Kelly,
guy.
you're this. Go ahead. No, I got to kind of Kelly. You went. That's the wrong analogy. This is the club guy right here you're talking to. The guy that was in the clubs and doing bars for like 8 years straight. I'll tell you this right now. What you're thinking about is this: white bar and black bar. So when I go to the black bar, okay, that's indeed true because you're dealing with low quality black men. Once again, when I'm there, I would not dare buy a chick a drink unless I know I have a chance of going home with her. Okay. Now, white bar, when I go to the white bar, which you have more quality people, you're engaged in a vibe. So you're buying each other drinks. So if I go to that bar, I will buy a chick, a group of chicks around the drinks because they're gonna probably buy me like double the amount of drinks. Okay. They're gonna buy me some drinks. It's a vibe. It's a hangout. It's a chill. It's different levels. If I'm in a nightclub, that's a black nightclub, then yeah, you're gonna have more low quality chicks and low quality men to where yes, you are not buying drinks for a chick that's probably gonna go home with that hood dude. You know that routine. But those are just low quality people. Now, when you go to the high quality black bar or establishment, guess what happens? You walk over and I say, hey, would you like a drink? And we're gonna sit there and talk for an hour and a half. And it ain't about me going home with you. It's about me doing what I came to the bar to do, which is get drunk, talk about life, enjoy. You actually got me wanting to tell Callie girl tonight we should just go to the bar and hang out with meet some new people and like have some conversations. Cause I'm in the mood to talk. But that doesn't mean that freaking I want to go home and sleep with you. And that's the point you're missing. When you go to those bars, it depends on the quality of the bar. And Kelly, you're putting yourself around low quality men. So what I would recommend you do, Kelly, period. And this is not me throwing shots at you. You need a dating coach, okay? And I'm not trying to be your dating coach unless you want me
Dennis,
to. But
why?
no,
Why?
just hear
I
me.
mean,
Just hear me
no.
out. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Kelly, I don't care what you look like, okay? Like we can do a FaceTime, one-on-one. I'm not gonna dox you. You already know I don't do that. Like I'll literally, you go to the mall, I'll show you what to put on because the picture you did send, Kelly. I'm just saying, if that's what you're wearing out, and I'm nobody knows what you look like, but I'm just saying, I'm just being real with you. If you dress like that, Kelly, you're gonna get low quality black men. You're not getting good quality black men. Keep it simple. Do you wear heels?
Oh my gosh, I cannot
No,
believe
let's
you.
keep it.
You're
No, Kelly,
crazy.
I'm giving. I'm a solution guy. So, do you
First
wear
of all,
heels?
no, first of all, where you got me, okay, where your problem is, by me telling you this has nothing, I'm not telling you, you asked me, okay, I don't know how it came up if they're generous or not, but how I told you, but it has nothing to do with
You
me.
brought it. You offered it. You did the bar analogy. I
Okay,
never. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that they're not as generous as other races. Does that
They
mean that
are though. It depends on the quality. Kelly, you understand? Black men make on average more than white men. The working black men. I didn't know that. I didn't know most. I think white. Okay, I'm talking about if you take away the rich. I'm talking about like the 110 and more. White men, black men that work, not the black men grouped in with the poor black men or the poor. I mean, when I say poor, the black men don't work at all. If you just talk about working black men, on average, if you talk about middle class, there's more middle class working black men than white men, statistically speaking, from what it is. So let me tell you, Kelly,
I
look, this
didn't,
is
but here's
all up.
but then this is what your
You're in the
problem.
wrong
I
places.
did not say did I say anything about how much anyone makes? I did not say anything about.
No, it ain't about what people make, it's about the environment and the way you look. My question to you is, Kelly, do you wear heels?
Oh my gosh, Dennis.
You
I'm
can't
sorry.
answer that question. Do you or do you not wear heels?
You're not gonna convince me on this one. This one I'm holding
I'm
firm.
trying to do an experiment right now. I'm just telling you, Kelly, trust me. I do this. Like I've been involved with women that are like you that I had to give them game on how
So
to get the good quality black men.
you want me to believe that black men, black American men on average are just as generous or more generous than white men. You want me to
Yes,
believe that?
Kelly, we have standards. What you're equating is when you have more white men that are wealthy or middle class, like that, or have low self-esteem, there's way more of those men than black men. Most black men that are middle class and higher, we have self-esteem, okay? Or they have self-esteem. They're confident. They're not dating a shitty ass looking woman. And I'm not calling you shitty. I'm saying they're not dating a basic chick. I'm sorry. They want like a diamond in the rough. They want a woman that either is going to be a successful woman, good heart, beautiful. You know, you got to have all those things. You don't have to have all of them, but you got to have most. So they can give up on, like, if you got a face that looks like Shrek for some reason, they don't care. They don't care as long as you got a good heart, you got a decent job, you're going to be a good mother.
But here's
Or if
okay. So
you
this
built
okay.
like
So
an elephant, they're going to still mess with you as long as you got a
Dennis,
pretty face. And, you know,
Dennis.
I'm telling you.
Let me say one point. You're
Go
not.
for it. Go for it.
It doesn't seem like you're getting my point. Yours basically are you not saying right now that a black man that's middle class or higher, he will be generous if you're this and that. What I'm trying to tell
Yeah.
you is the other races, you don't have to be anything. They're just like generous. Like in general, that's just their
Because they
nature.
got low standards and they look like shit. Like, let's keep it a buck. No offense to Maverick. He's a white guy. There's a couple other white guys in the chat. But let's keep it a buck. Okay. When you go out to a bar, random bar, you're going to see that black dude sauced up. You're going to see him dressed better. He's going to probably be in more physical shape because the meatheads that you know more than likely you're not getting, Kelly. Okay, those dudes are not fucking with black women. Those dudes mess with straight white chicks. Okay, so if you're talking just straight white dudes that mess with black women, they don't usually work out. They're usually like Huckleberry Finn type dudes. They're usually like real basic. They're not like muscular. They're usually fat or they're nerdy skinny dudes.
Okay.
Those are the dudes that mess. They usually got a pimple on their face. Those are the dudes that are messing with black women because
Oh my!
the ones.
So wait. So all the white guys who mess with black women you're basically saying they're ugly. Then that's what
I
you're
mean, for the
saying.
most, not necessarily ugly, but they're not cool. They're not what the white women want. And then the ones that are attractive, like the white men that are attractive and are wealthy or whatever, they're with not you, Kelly. I'm no offense to you. They're with the top black woman in the city. Like I'm talking about the top of the pickings because that woman usually doesn't date black men at all, and she's usually in the gym every single day. I don't know if you're in the gym every day. She's in heels every day, and she usually just looks like she looks like a celebrity, even if she's not. Those are the type of black women that those guys go for. So I'm giving you game, Kelly. I'm telling you how life is because I used to be around all kinds of people. I used to do this. I used to have to deal with people that thought like you.
Okay, so
Because I
even
used to be just like you.
someone in the chat is saying right now that I said, which I didn't say, that black men have conditional generosity. What I'm like how I mentioned like at the bar, that's what I'm talking about. Like what I'm okay, it has nothing to no, because a person could be like these people are not ugly just because they offered you a drink. What I'm just trying to say is that white men are more generous. I'm sorry that from what I've seen, maybe in Ohio they're not black men are generous, but everywhere else, I'm sorry, black men are not as generous as white men. I'm not saying that there isn't any black man that's generous. I'm just saying they're not as generous. The other groups are more generous. They
That
don't
was a
are
point. Go ahead.
huh?
No, that was
That's
the
all.
point somebody just made. I don't know if you saw that. This is not a shot to Driving the Wolf, but look, we'll welcome you back, Driving the Wolf. You got to take this one joke and you got to take it like a man. Okay, but we'll welcome you back in the chat. But you do realize that you're getting dudes like Driving the Wolf, pretty much. Like that's what it is. No offense to Driving the Wolf, but I'm saying like you're not getting like the Statham dude, whatever. You're not getting like the best of the whites. You're just not. Just like
Well,
with
just like I could say
with
the same thing about just like I could say the same thing about the average black man. You're not getting the best of the white chicks from suburbs either. You're getting bottom of the barrel inner city white trash.
Yeah, yeah. Most
Okay.
of the white, yeah. But here's the thing, though. Black men know that because the good black men can get the good white women because it's quality, quality. But you don't. Okay, so you gotta remember, if like for me, I have no issue. I can get a successful white woman if I wanted one. But because I had them all at me, because I'm the nerdy black guy that like fun loving, and I wasn't this broke dude that everybody thinks I haven't been this all forever. But Kelly, let's solution real quick because I gotta go in a second. You can come
Well,
back
I
on
gotta go
tomorrow.
too. I gotta go
But hold on,
too.
no, no, you gotta answer that question first. Heels. Do you wear heels?
Yes, I wear. What kind of questions are
Okay,
these?
so Kelly, this is what you do. You can do it on a budget, okay? Go get some nice solid heels, no funny looking weird designs, just some solid red or a white heel, okay? And go get you a like either red or with your skin tone, not red, with your skin tone, get a black or a white dress, okay? I'm talking about a solid, slim dress. And you got my number. You can text me if you need help. I'll send you the link, okay, to some dresses. Get a solid, go to Express. They be having them on sale. A solid dress that fits your curve. not those dresses that make you look like a freaking juice box. Not like, I'm talking about like it fits your curve smoothly, no fluffle, like makes you look like you're fat. Just straight bottom, okay, and have it stop midway down your leg, and you wear your nice heels, and you go get some perfume, like go get some perfume that's like fruity, super girly. Okay, make sure your hair is straight or curly. Okay, and then put on some like lotion, but then get the Vaseline and put the Vaseline all over your body. That way your skin is real soft and smooth. Or just get some Jergens, extra moisture.
Dennis,
Okay,
you're crazy.
no, seriously, Kelly, seriously, and get some red lipstick or gloss. Like, not actually, don't do the lipstick. Just do lip gloss. That's like a color. Like lip gloss, that's a color. Like a clear purple, like purplish color. Just that way, you got it there, but it's not there. And I promise you, okay, I promise you, Kelly, you go there. I mean, you got that on. You go to a high-end bar, like a bar where only the freaking whites pretty much are at, and you're gonna have black people there, like black dudes there. But it's pretty much whites, but you have the quality black guys. Because most of the black guys you're referring to only go to black bars. They only go to like
I don't
hood
even
spots.
look. I don't even go to black bars, and I see this everywhere. Like, you don't have to be only in a black area or setting to see what I'm describing. Like,
No, Kelly, I'm telling you, just go to a piano bar. Matter of fact, go to a piano bar. I'm pretty sure you got a couple of those. You're gonna see at the bar qualified black men who are gonna be attractive. They're gonna be smart, and they don't even care about smashing. They're just there to have a good conversation with somebody. Don't go in with your hey, oh, you're a good black. Like I just talking to my
oh my
friend.
gosh,
Don't
Dennis,
talk
stop.
like that. Don't try to talk
Dennis,
like that.
oh
Be like,
yeah,
hey,
Dennis,
hey,
you
how you
think I would,
doing?
Dennis, you think I would really talk to someone like that in person?
Kelly, it ain't no way you can, like, every time you talk on here, Kelly, you talk the same way. And I'm telling you, like, if you
Dennis,
talk with this voice, nobody will date you. I'm just saying, you
Dennis,
got to be more like feminine.
Dennis, when you're, do you
You
not
sound
realize?
masculine pretty much.
Do
No,
you
I'm
not,
just saying, Kelly, you got a voice decoder or something on your voice?
Dennis? Do you not realize all the stuff that you say about black men all day? Like half your
The
chat.
bad ones, not the good ones. I don't talk about the 50%. I talk about the
But who said?
criminals.
But did I ever? Did I ever? Kate, nothing I said. I never said. Obviously, when someone makes a statement, it does not mean that I talked about every single man. I never said that every black man is not generous. I'm just saying they're not as generous as whites. Listen to what I'm saying? They are not as generous as whites. They're not. Like, I didn't say that there wasn't any that were generous. They're just not as generous as whites. I'm sorry, they're
That's
not.
not true, though. You got to, Kelly. All I'm telling you to understand is, Kelly, trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Kelly, listen, I want you to be happy and I want your life to be changed. You have not been around quality. Like, Kelly, you understand, quality black men, they don't show up with t-shirts and jeans on. Those are the people I'm talking, like, that's busting the sag. I'm talking about quality black men that got
Oh,
on dress jeans with a suit jacket with freaking
Dennis,
some daddies on. I showed you the
Dennis,
game. I showed you a year ago when I
Dennis.
used to, what?
Do you see what someone
You
just?
ever had one of those?
Do you see what someone just wrote about me in the chat? And Christina let the message go through.
What
Jerome
they say?
P. I'm
Oh,
not
he's a
gonna say
hater.
it.
He hates on me. Don't worry about him. He's a loser. Trust me, he's the loser. No, but Kelly, I get what you're saying, but I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm just keeping it a buck. Kelly, you have a lot of pain and hate in your voice. When
No,
you start talking about black men, you can hear it in your
okay,
voice.
no. Okay,
Like
listen.
literally.
What I told. Okay, how about this? I told you guys, everyone in the chat, that I don't like Asian men either. How come I'm not racist and don't have pain in my heart for that? It's because
Because you
so
just did this, you sound actually like a woman right now. You talking
no.
about the Asian guy. You sound literally like somebody I would be like, hey, what's up? You want a drink? But not before you were like, oh, like I don't want it. Like, no, you got to be like feminine at all times. Like you can't turn it
No,
off and
Dennis,
on.
Dennis. What I'm trying to say is, so if I say that my truth about black men, all of a sudden I hate myself and I'm all these things.
I
But
didn't say
if
you hate yourself. I would never say you don't hate yourself. You're
no,
freaking, who cares about that?
well, other
You just
people
hate
are.
black men.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm okay. If I say things I don't like about black men, okay, or point out obvious truths, that I'm a self-hater, but it's okay if I were to say things I don't like about other races either. I'm not trying to say that, oh, the other races are perfect. They're not. But you're not asking me about other races, so I haven't had a chance to tell you what I don't like about them either.
Why can't you just do this? I'm giving you game. I'm telling you, Kelly, right now. I'm telling you right now. All you have to do, Kelly, look for a quality black man. He's usually going to have on a Friday, Saturday night. He's going to have on a suit jacket, a nice either dress shirt, or he's going to have a quality T-shirt, and he's going to have on some dress jeans, some daddies. The low quality women that be dogging them out, they don't give them no play because they want them in some Jordans, and that's the reason why I have resentment towards black women because I didn't know any better. Now I realize it was me. I was the problem, not the black women. I was the problem because I was dressed in my daddies going to low quality women like, what's up? But then when I started going to high quality women, when I first moved to Las Vegas, I realized it was me. And then I met Cali girl and I realized it was really, really me. So I'm just giving you game, Kelly. Trust me. Just go do the heels, do the solid dress, go to the piano bar, and like just sit at the bar next to the black guy. Bet you any money he offers you drinks all night. And it ain't about sleeping with you. He'll leave without getting your number. He doesn't care. I've done it. You understand? Like Cali girl knows this. I'll go to the bar and I'll go sit there and make all kinds of friends with people and like share my social media and just be friends with them. Invite them to the hot tub, and it's men and women. Like I'll just be cool because I don't like you understand a lot of the quality black men don't go. We go because you have not me, but you have the black men go because they had a long day at work and they just want to like vibe with some people because they don't have no life because all your life is work, you know? So I'm just trying to give you that game. Just go use it. Trust me. You'll be happy. The black men will love you to death do you apart. You gonna try it, Kelly?
Am I gonna what?
Try it.
What makes you think I've never been to a jazz bar or piano bar?
Because you said black men are the least generous, and that's not true. Because the black men, quality black
Okay,
men,
how about
are
this?
too generous.
Maybe in Ohio or places with high concentrations, you're seeing like, okay, so obviously you're seeing higher concentrations of people than I am seeing, obviously. But I'm sorry, or maybe it's the West Coast thing. I don't know, but I'm standing by
Probably.
I'm standing by what I said. I don't see all this generosity, not like other races. I'm sorry.
Okay, you know what? I'm happy you said that, Kelly. Look, guys in the chat. I'm going to do myself a better. I'm going to do you guys this. I've been doing you guys this service. I'm going to stop generalizing and start saying the hood of us, the hood parts. The problem we face is I'm being ignorant to where I am making it seem like I'm talking about everybody instead of just the blacks that are doing bad. Okay. I'm talking about the ones that are engaged in criminal behavior. It ain't all. So I got to stop saying all. Okay.
But here's the thing, Dennis. I'm not saying all either. I'm just saying.
You're kind of saying all. Kelly girl, you need to hurry me get here so we can play with the dogs. There's a lot of dogs out here. But go ahead.
I'm not saying all either. I'm just saying they're not as generous. Like that's all I'm saying. I don't think that that's disrespecting someone. I think I'm just saying my experience and what I see.
I got you. I'm just saying it's wrong. I mean, I feel you, but it's wrong. I just need you to just understand that's not the black man, and you're missing out on something good because you're not willing to put yourself in better position. Because we need some babies, more babies in our community. So we don't need you going and
Well, you should
because
give Cali girl. You should give Cali girl a baby. I'm not having any babies.
hopefully we will.
Is Cali girl with you right now?
No, I'm waiting for her to come
You
because
should ask
I see.
her. I don't know if she always dated black guys. You should ask her who is the most generous between those four groups I said.
She probably I already know what she's gonna say. Because she only dated Hispanic and black, so that's she can't. She's not gonna have an answer to that.
Okay, well, between Hispanics and blacks, that would be a good. I would want to hear what her answer is.
We'll see when she gets back. I cooked it a little bit too long. Oh no, it's perfect. I thought I cooked it too long.
Well, hey
Cali
Dennis,
girl gonna have to.
I gotta get going. Now
Yep,
your chat
appreciate you.
hates me again. I'm another self hater.
They don't hate you. Just do what I told you to do, and just come back and tell us
Somebody
how
named, I don't
it
know who
worked.
this is. Someone named Roan Band. I don't know, keeps like saying all this crazy stuff that I'm not saying. They keep saying like that I hate black men because they're broke. I hate black. I never said anything like this. She doesn't like black men. She wants money. You racist for all of it.
I mean, you love who you love. Like you love who you love. You don't have to love nobody just because
Christina
you
says
know.
she loves that I'm getting called out. Oh my gosh. See, Christina always switches.
Y'all got a love hate relationship.
She's got the love hate relationship, not me. One video she's nice, the next one she's always on me.
She's always nice. I don't know what you're talking about.
To you.
Nah, she been mean to me a couple times, but I deserved it. I earned it. She actually the only one in history that won a war against me.
Well, hey Dennis, I have to get going,
I,
but if you want to
that's
do
fine.
that, you want to do that show tomorrow. I guess we won't be talking. I want. Let's not even talk about black men on another show because it's like I don't know. All these
That's
people.
fine.
I guess I am just delusional. It must just be the states that I'm in or whatever. I'm just delusional. You're right. Although the black men, they're generous, they're nice people, and I guess I'm just looking in the wrong places.
Yep, absolutely. And I'll help you. I got game. Trust me, I got you. I'll help you. Just reach out. But let me know tomorrow what time you want to come on. Just text me. Let me know.
All right, I know the chat's gonna miss me, so I know Christina and Furby are gonna miss me.
The most. Oh shoot, she said the most generous is her Hispanic ex.
I
That you would
told
just
you
assume
Mexicans are
was because
generous. Mexicans are generous. Like, I'm sorry, they are. You don't have to do nothing for them. The thing is, okay, if a black man's generous, he's gonna
nah,
expect.
don't root Cali girl on your BS. I mean, I'm sorry, you ain't Cali girl. Do a whole monologue. Actually, go ahead. 'Cause she'll probably come on live and defend herself.
No, but it's the truth. I've dated Mexicans. Mexicans are generous. You don't have to do nothing. If a black man's generous with you, he probably is gonna expect you to have to fuck that night. Like, oh my gosh, it's like not even worth it. I wouldn't even want anything from them.
He wasn't Mexican. Oh, she said he wasn't Mexican.
He was
But
or
go
he
ahead.
wasn't.
No, he wasn't. But you got to go. You said.
All right, gotta go.
All right. Yeah. Talk to you later. Yep. All
Bye.
right. All right. So appreciate you, Kelly, for coming on. Shout out to Kelly. DJ, I'll be honest. This is a weird question. Generosity is a person-to-person basis. Race has nothing to do with it. Uh, yeah, I think so. Like it's about quality. You know, when I do the whole violence thing, I say poverty factors and everything. You gotta understand, guys. When I talk about the whole black situation, I talk about the black situation more so about the killers, the murderers hurting us. I'm not talking about the good ones, the good people that are out here doing good God's work. Okay, so it's like people get mixed up between the two, and it ain't that deep. I can't wait till one day you guys like realize the truth. Kylie, girl, I gotta wait for you. Come and have you drive me to get the medicine because it started raining, and I didn't want to ride in the rain because I didn't have my rain gear on. I had on sweats, so I was gonna see if you can take me to the CVS. I'm actually gonna call them real quick first. I might. I'm hoping it's the CVS on the corner, but I don't think it is. Let me see. Oh, actually, it is. I can just walk to it. Never mind. Oh yeah, I can walk. Let me make sure the prescription is ready. All right. What else you got for me? Also, their income. I agree, Christina.
210 West 7th Street, Los Angeles, California.
Name the dog's Dogomite. I don't know what that means.
Press 2 now. In a few words, please tell me
Pharmacy.
what you're calling about. Okay, the pharmacy. Which would you like? Say, refill a prescription, or press 1. COVID, flu, or other vaccination inquiries, or press 2. get prescription status, or press 3. Check prescription costs, or press 4. Hear pharmacy hours, or press 6.
Appreciate that. Shout out to Christina.
Would you like to receive a one-time text with a link to download the CVS app? Say yes, or press 1, and confirm your mobile number. Otherwise, say no, or press 2. If that's all you need, you may hang up now. Or how else can I help you today?
Pharmacy.
Okay, the pharmacy. Which would you like? Say, refill a prescription, or press 1. COVID, flu, or other vaccination inquiry, or press 2. Okay, refills. Please say or enter the 6 to 7
Representative.
RX number. I can help you find the prescription. Do you have your most
Representative.
recently prescribed? Sorry. Do
Come
you
on.
have your most recently prescribed medication
No.
with the prescription? Okay, no problem. Let me try something else.
Oh
I
my
need
God.
some information to
Representative.
profile. That was, our automated system is currently unavailable. Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
Oh my fucking God. This fucking asshole place got me spitting. Jesus.
Thank you for calling CVS Pharmacy.
I don't have my category. I don't have my RX number.
210 West 7th
I don't have my
Street,
prescription
Los
number
Angeles,
yet.
California. If you're a healthcare provider or calling from a doctor's office, press 2 now.
I should just push 2 from the start.
Sorry. If you'd like to listen, say staff or press 2. Okay. One moment while I connect you to the pharmacy.
All that for no reason. All right, let's see. Now I'm gonna go into the topic in a second about the quality aspect of it. You talking about?
You know you can manage prescription refills. And
Talking about breed a
CVS
dog?
has an account.
Somebody got Boston Terrier, and they got a couple poodles out here. Yeah, that's what you got. That's all you got. Well, I mute that. So look, guys, I want you to understand. When I say quality, I'm not talking about quality based on race. I'm not saying black people don't have quality. What I'm saying is you have quality people. Let's keep it a buck. You have quality people in everything, every aspect of life. Okay, like basketball, for example. I might be a quality player because I can play good defense. I know my role. I play my position that's needed for the team to win. But then you have somebody that misses all the shots. They won't pass the ball. They're ball hogs. They don't play no defense. That's not a good quality player. That's how it is with life. You know, you have like men of all races, black, white, whatever. You have the worst of them. The guys that are broke, refuses to like try to be better, will never pay for your meal, will make babies like no other. Those are the men that get the most opportunity because those are the men that are most fun for women to date. So they don't have no issue. But when you have black men, the sad thing about it is because the black men who are the most fun lit dudes are usually broke or super rich, is no in between. It causes people like Kelly to think that black men are just bad and cheap and broke, if that makes sense. But when it comes to white folks, you have white folks who you have the poor, low class, and then you have the rich, but you have a middle in between that also are quality folks. With black is literally like poor and then rich. The middle is not really that big of a middle, okay? And that's the reason why it's hard for her to meet somebody, because the black men who are like making 50 to 80,000, they're not checking for her if she's not being submissive, you know, trying to look good, trying to do all the things that those men demand. It's what it is. If you're making that much money a year, you're gonna want the best in front of you, available to you. Now, when you're making $10,000 to $20,000 a year, now you get the bottom. I mean, you make it 10 to 20,000. That's the man that you're gonna end up with if you want fun. Because the man making 50 to 80,000 is worried about his career, grinding it out. He ain't got time to play all the games that are women, the black women who are. Hey, I want to check my prescription status. Thanks. Okay, my bad, guys. But yeah, back to the point. When you go with black men, usually, the ones that are earning high earners, they demand certain things. They want a woman that's going to be willing to be get in shape. They want a woman who's going to be submissive, feminine. She's going to be a man's peace, not his misery. You demand those things, and a lot of women tap out when it comes to that. And you have it a lot with black women. They'll tap out, when they hit 22, 23 and they have that first baby, they tap out and say, I don't care. You're going to take me as it is, because there's so many of the broke dudes who make those women feel like they matter, like they're shit. And um, it causes like a negative situation where now you have the good black men that think that those women are the women that like are out here, when there's a lot of women who are better than those low quality women that will offer them, what they want. But because those women are so many, figuring 70% of black women with kids being in the household to raising them, with no man in the household, that's what happens. Okay, unlike with whites, because a lot of things that you guys talk about, and look, guys, I get it with race or with slavery. The reason why that is a big issue is because you figure we only got and had what 100 years to get it together, about 100 years to get it together. When you had the whites that had centuries, but at the same time, I wouldn't use that as a cop out and an excuse, because you know you can treat your woman as good as you want to treat her, and it shouldn't matter about the extra other things that are like just there. It shouldn't matter, because I know with me, even if the chick was a low quality chick, I didn't know at the time because I was a low quality man. Yeah, I was making. I've never made under 50,000 a year. Besides, prior to like 2007, I never made anything under $50,000 a year. Okay, and I would be a middle class man. Okay, and I was taking care of. I always had an apartment, car, always had everything. But I was dating women who were like bottom of the barrel, women that would settle for nothing. They were happy with just getting their nails done every 2 weeks, the hair did. You know, they were like most of the time uneducated. They only had one thing to offer me, um, and they were like a slave for the most part. That slave mentality, like I'm gonna do these things for you, and you're gonna give me monetary and housing and a roof over my head and food and all that stuff. And then it goes the other way with the women that choose low quality men. And I'm talking about men that's just never gonna get it together. Okay, that just play video games all day and chill, take her car while she's at work and just drive around, joyriding, picking up other chicks, doing all the nasty, you know, that literally got side chicks, doing all that stuff. Those are going to be the type of men that the high quality women be choosing, and they think that because they choose that man, that all men are like that, all black men are like that, and it just causes black women and men to like just hate each other. And I was delusional, and I was part of that hate train to where I used to like have disdain for my own women. Not anymore. Now I realize I was the problem, not them. I was the problem. If that makes sense. All right, let's see what y'all got going on in the chat. I don't know why. What you mean, Cali girl? The submissive word is so funny. Trying to cap. If I'm broke, I'm not thinking about dating. Just hanging on for pure survival. How can people think about that stuff when you're broke? Maverick, you understand? You have a plan. You might meet a woman that can level you up. And what I mean by level you up is if you're making 40, 50,000 a year. I'm assuming you're making at least that, Maverick, being a teacher, and she making 40, 50,000 dollars a year. Y'all both like each other, and y'all decide, you know what? We make $100,000 together. Why don't we just get a place together? Why don't we just put our money in one pot, like 50% of our money in one pot, and that way when we go out to eat, we just use that money to pay for it, and we do this, we do that, we do this and that. You work together, team. You both love each other and like each other. Why not? Think like that. That's the reason why, back in the day, people used to make it because they weren't brainwashed by this narrative that America puts in front of you that you have to have everything on your own or you're broke, dumb, broke, or whatever such. It ain't true, you know. Why was they dating during civil rights movement? They were all broke. That's the point because they knew it was more with two, not I and team. you know, situation. And that's the problem. A lot of you guys refuse to be willing to work with somebody, you know, and it's causing you headaches and pain. So why can't Kelly, as a low quality woman, get a low quality man? No, spin fact, she might not be a low quality woman. She owns her house. She may be a good quality woman. Problem is she's dating low quality men because those are the men that can take her shit. Like they're gonna take her attitude. They're gonna take her not wanting to dress the way that. Yeah, remember, a lot of men want their chick to dress a certain way. We'll conform to it and we'll like rock with you not being that. But like it gets to a point that if you're going to a high function event, if you are about that, then you want her to be, swagged out. Now, of course, just lounging, just chilling, whatever, who cares? But with Kelly, I don't think she would be willing to do that because she wouldn't even take the advice from me. That literally got the advice to get her like whole style together. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. But that's her choice. But until then, she dates black men. She's gonna get the low quality ones that would actually, be willing to date her because the good quality ones are not gonna date her in the situation she's in right now. Ain't happening. She's too independent. Hopefully she's not. She doesn't have a screw loose. She's cool. She cool people. Do you think a lot of black men will intentionally impregnate a woman to try to tie them down? This is a theory I have learned. Maverick, that's nasty work. We're the last men that would do that. Usually that's a white thing. No offense to white guys out there, but that's usually what white guys do because the chick, they feel like, like, oh my God, I got this hot chick, or oh my God, I don't want the chick to leave me. So they'll get her pregnant on purpose. Most black men are smart enough not to do that. And remember, 25% of black men account for 75% of the babies out here. So the 50% of black men that are out here with single, no kids, they're not getting picked, and they're smart enough not to have kids until they're ready. You know, at least some low quality women look good. That's the point. They look good now, but what about like 15 years later? They're gonna look like shit because they don't have no discipline. They don't want to work out. They don't care about their pH balance, or their stuff gonna smell because they eat like Cheetos and freaking like Kool-Aid all day. I'm just saying, and that goes for all women, not just black. That's all women. So you're saying I need money for women? No, I'm not saying you need money for women. I'm saying that the quality women are going to okay, so the quality women want a man that can give them comfort, security. And you might not have money right now. She might have money, but she was willing to deal with you because she is looking at that potential. Because times changed. Men are getting smarter now. So you don't have as many men dealing with women when they make it, you know? And when they make it, if you want to give him a play at that point, he's gonna mess with the gold digger chick. Why would I mess with you when you didn't put no effort into my life, into me being something? Like you held me down, telling me that I ain't shit. So it's changing. Now it's kind of like, women are getting with the program now. I never called my girl a slave. I said the girls in the past that was only with me because I gave them resources, not for really true love. They were literally like slaves in a way, you know? Nobody really loves anybody. What are you telling me? Nah, you gotta. You you don't find love. It just happens. So if you find in love, it ain't gonna happen for you. Like when I stopped looking for love, I found Cali girl. When she stopped looking for love, she found me. That's the point. We found each other because we both weren't looking for love, you know? Um, then is your woman submissive to you? She just said that's funny. In ways, yes. She's gonna be hard headed when it comes to like, pulling off when I tell her to pull off, if it ain't for a good reason. Or if I tell her like watch out for that car, she's like, why did that tell me that? Like let me drive. No. But when it comes to like me, trying to, have her like, cuddle and chill, whatever, like don't talk loud, chill. She's very submissive, you know, like a woman should be. That's in their nature, you know. Don't make her less than anything. My salary this year should be around 130. Mav, you're definitely not broke. I don't know what you're talking about. You got a bunch of women, options for women with that income. You don't need to flex, but you got it on lock though. I mean, you make good money. I mean, you shouldn't have no issues. I don't know what they don't call it their own mean. I got you. I did not know, not my game, but you, yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be like Kevin Samuels, but Kelly brought it out of me. But yeah, I remember guys, I used to do consulting for people that were trying to change their image and upgrade their lifestyle, to like fit where they wanted to be. So I gave Kelly game. I was trying to give her game that would get her the man she wanted, but she just didn't want to listen. And Map, same with you. I mean, if you need the game, I'll give it to you. I'll tell you how to get the woman of your dreams. And it ain't like you're lying to her. You're just doing the things necessary to make her, you know, appreciate what you have to offer. Never saw her. Never saw who? Herm, Big Herm. It ain't no way this is Herm. It ain't no way that's Herman. You telling me that's Big Herm? It ain't no way. Like I'm freaking a celebrity if this is Big Herm in the building. Is Cali Girl liberal? Cali Girl is a beta male or beta female. Just Lee Peterson voice. He's the MVP. They don't call out the bad women. I never heard a woman call out the bad ones. No, they don't because they're called haters because if you call off the bad ones are usually women that don't have nothing to offer but looks. So those are the ones that would get called out. But look, guys, I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired. I'm about to like eat this pizza and I gotta get my medication. So I gotta go. Let me get the super chats once again. Appreciate you, TC, for getting the membership. I appreciate Mav with the membership. I appreciate the Don't Be a Sheep with the super chat. So remember, guys, I'm going to $28 by the weekend or by Monday. I'm going to cut my hair. That's the first day of my job. I'm going to cut my hair to the lowest setting with hair because my line up is so jacked up that there's no fixing it, and I'm not showing up with this part of my hair because they pushed it all. My line's supposed to be right here. My line is right here. So there's no way that I'm showing up the first day to that class with this lineup. Hell no, I'm just cut it off and just have to go bald. A baldy. Cali girl, it's all good. Come relax. I'm waiting for you. I can do that, Dennis. I was a protege of Bush B. I don't know who that is, but I'll tell you this. I'll help you out. Use the game. Give me the game. Give me the game. I like the quality of this video here. I got game. I get moments to where it comes out of me because like I forget that I got game, and then it just comes out of nowhere. I start cooking. But with that said, guys, I gotta go get some sleep. not sleep, but take my pill and eat some pizza. So that's all I got for now. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll be back on tomorrow. I saw a picture of Kelly, and I'm not gonna dox her, but I saw a picture, so it's all good. I wasn't judging her enough. I was just telling her, like, giving her tips on how to change her style up. But that said, guys, I gotta go. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button on your way out and subscribe. You're not